And it's kind of weird
yeah, it's
because
number 2.
some anime like have seasons, so they're split on MyAnimeList. For example,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan, every season is split and they're ranked differently. Whereas
Yeah.
like One Piece is technically like one super long season, so the entire like 900, 860 something episodes are
Whatever
literally
episodes,
within
yeah.
one like ranking. That's one
Yeah.
ranking, the entire series.
Welcome everybody to the Anime Refuge podcast, episode 12. We here with the boys, right? We're here to talk about some anime, list websites, MyAnimeList and the like.
Yep.
But before we get into it, we actually just set up a Spotify, so you can now listen to our podcast without having to have a video pulled up, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so go check that out. We'll leave that in the description. And if you're actually found us on Spotify, we have a YouTube as well, so go check that out.
Has some cool visuals
We'd love
too.
to have you. Yeah, you can actually see us. So, anyways, yeah. So we're gonna talk about some quick weekly stuff real quick. Anybody been watching anything cool?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yeah.
It is March 19th.
It
I know
is.
Nick hasn't seen it. It is Friday, Jujutsu Kaisen Friday. Ethan and I have seen the episode.
I
Oh,
saw a little bit of it, just like the part up until the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This episode is the second to last one for this whole season. It's almost
season,
freaking
yeah.
over. Episode 23, dude. And it was still like I kind of expected
It's
it to be
so
kind of
hype.
tame,
Mhm.
Even something crazy like Demon Slayer with like its quality and stuff and crazy action points. It kind of like died down after episode 19, after the climax.
Yeah.
The last few
Calmed
episodes were just
down,
like
yeah.
training and shit. But Jujutsu is like this episode. There's a bunch of fighting, like crazy fights. There's a bunch of like crazy developments in a lot of characters,
Yeah.
like getting stronger. And then there's also like, yeah, all this introduction, like more backstories and stuff. I don't even feel like the show's about to end. It's just
Yeah,
crazy.
it's crazy. It feels like it's
It's
only
one
like
more episode
halfway
left.
through. Yeah, there's
I
one
literally
episode
can't believe
left,
it.
and yet, yeah, it doesn't feel like there can
I'm
be
so
one
sad.
episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because an arc literally just ended, like a few episodes before before the end of the season.
Yeah.
So this is a whole nother arc that just started.
Yeah, it's definitely got to get a second season. With how popular it is
I
and
mean,
where the show's
it's
leaving
it's
off,
gonna be, like-
100%.
It's gonna become like My Hero and all that shit. It's gonna like have plenty of seasons. Like,
Dude,
it's,
yeah,
it's definitely gonna
such
keep
a
going.
good show. Hopefully the quality
yeah.
stays.
Yeah, I hope the quality
well.
stays. So far, like this season,
So
the quality has not dropped. This episode had
It's so
amazing
good.
fights. It was one of my favorite
Dude,
fights, actually.
It
Oh
was
my
actually
God.
so hype. Like
The fights
actually,
were so epic.
I haven't seen any spoilers from the manga, but I just
Mhm.
know that one of the arcs later on is gonna be like the best arc in the whole series. So we haven't gotten to the best part yet.
Yeah, that's good. It's not dropping in quality then that much, and
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the best part of the entire franchise is when Gojo's like blue, red, purple,
that
blue.
weird thing.
He shoots a
But
beam.
anyway, that Jujutsu is just not sleeping. If you're not watching it right
You're
now,
not watching. You're sleeping. On it.
that's
Go
kinda
watch it
sad.
right
Why
now.
are you? If you're watching this podcast, you obviously like anime, so watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like the most popular one out right now. It has like, it's literally like the best quality I've ever seen in an anime show. Like maybe not movie
Yeah.
because like weathering with you and
Recent,
shit, but like
recent.
Yeah.
but like in a
I'm
show.
gonna be honest. I'm
100%.
enjoying it way more than I'm enjoying Attack on Titan season 4. I'm actually like I'm more hyped for Jujutsu than I am for Attack on Titan.
I'd say like for action definitely, but
Yeah.
yeah, like the action and quality for sure. But with
Yeah.
story,
Yeah.
I feel like kind of even story. Like I kind of agree. Like Attack on Titan is getting it's about to get there.
Mhm.
If you guys don't know, right now on the 19th, in 2 days is gonna be Sunday. Last Sunday, Attack on Titan episode was
Yeah.
canceled because
There was an
of an
earthquake.
earthquake,
Yeah.
and so
hopefully
they
everybody in Japan is okay from that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They released like 19 minutes of it or something, so there's like so many spoilers all over social media right now for it.
I
And-
haven't seen
yeah,
anything.
yeah, I saw a few
Yeah.
of them, and I'm just trying to stay out of it, because I want to be hyped. I'm watching with the boys. We're gonna watch it on Sunday together.
You don't even know what's
yep.
happening because of the manga.
Huh? Yeah, I do, but I don't want to get spoiled
Yeah,
by the
not
visual
animes.
stuff that happens.
Yeah.
I want to be surprised by
Yeah.
like the quality and
Yeah.
like the cinematics and just stuff like that.
Jokes
It's like
on these two.
it's just
They
watching
both
on a
follow-
whole new view.
They
Yeah.
both follow a bunch of anime pages on Instagram and things, and meanwhile, the only stuff I follow on Instagram is like just people that I know.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
then on Twitter, I get no spoilers because all I follow is Love Live stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like
So
Anyway, it's gonna be so
cool.
hyped this Sunday because it's 2 episodes. Like, so it's gonna be 40 minutes of content this Sunday. And like, Ethan, you're definitely gonna like this. It gets really into the action.
I doubt I'll like it unless Sasha gets revived.
Like,
Okay.
Aaron shows up again, and like, it's about to go down.
This is when like I think the arc actually starts getting really good.
This is when it actually becomes a 10 out of 10. Like as we're gonna talk later, because later on we're gonna be talking about like MyAnimeList and stuff. Right now it's ranked really high, but I think that eventually it's about to become a 10 out of 10. But right now I think it's like a 9 out of 10.
I'd say for where the current season is, I'd honestly only rate it like a 7, just because like I don't know, I haven't been as hyped as past seasons, but I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
I still really like it.
So I think
I mean,
anybody else other
yeah,
weekly stuff?
Yeah, so this isn't really a seasonal thing, but I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho. I just recently got into it, and I'm like 20 episodes in, and I really like it so far.
Nice.
It's made by the same guy who made same guy who made Hunter x Hunter, and yeah, it's really good. You can definitely see
Is
a lot
Yu
of
Yu
it.
Hakusho on hiatus as well?
Oh,
No, I finished.
roasted. But yeah, it looks amazing, and I can't wait to watch it. It's one of those anime like
Yeah, I'll
Code
watch it
Geass. I
eventually,
know it's
yeah.
amazing. I'm just like waiting for the right time.
Didn't she start watching Code Geass and then drop it?
Okay, it was because Code Geass was one of the first anime that I watched, and it's a little complicated, and I wasn't really in the mindset. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
there's a lot of
best
brain
season
games
2.
and shit, and for someone who just kind of wants to turn off their brain,
Chill,
maybe, and
yeah.
just chill, like it's kind of not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching another non-seasonal one. I've been watching Initial D recently, and it's actually so hype. I finished the first season a while ago, or first stage, I guess, and I'm just about to be done with the second stage. It's so hype, dude.
That Eurobeat
The drifting
music,
and the
though.
Eurobeat, it's so good.
Yeah, another one that I will eventually get to.
Yeah.
I kind of like knowing that there's so many like super well known amazing ones that I haven't watched yet, and that I can just eventually watch when I feel like it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've seen a lot of anime, but then I look at my anime list and it always looks so small.
Yeah.
And there's like 1,000 like old shows that are like really good that I haven't seen still.
We're
so.
always gonna be behind, and we're gonna keep getting behind because there's new seasonals, and like this season especially, there's
Yeah.
like so many anime that like a lot of us aren't watching that are, you know, maybe not the best of the season, but they're still gonna be like pretty popular.
I like how in the past years, you know, anime was pretty slow, like seasonal wise. You know, it was like a few good ones here and there. You know, Attack on Titan came out, you know, 2013. You know, and you know, it was like occasionally there'd be a good one each season, and then like end of 2019 or like spring 2019 up to now, it's just been nothing but like popping off like with anime.
Yeah, it's definitely got to do something with COVID because a lot of them delayed that were gonna be coming out in 2020,
Yeah.
and so like for example, Dr. Stone,
Yeah.
that got delayed, and it's coming out now, and that's another amazing one.
Yeah. Like 2019, we had like Vinland Saga and Demon Slayer, and then you know 2020 we got a bunch of really good ones. You know, Keep Your Hands Off Azekin, all those.
There's
And
just
now
way
we got
more
Attack
spread
on
out
Titan,
and stuff.
Doctor Stone. Yeah.
I think that part of it might have to do with the fact that we're all kind of new to anime, like relatively. So we haven't really been watching seasonals that much until like last year or something. So
But
Yeah,
you can't
true,
deny
true,
that this
true.
season, like if you
Yeah,
just
but this
compare
season is
it,
actually
like,
stacked.
yeah, this one season is
like,
really
like this
really
season
good.
is actually stacked. Jujutsu Kaisen
Yeah.
is like a new breaking in. Well, it didn't start in the winter, but it's still going on
Yeah.
this season. And then we got Attack on Titan that's going on in this season. So.
Yeah. Yeah, one last one I've got is the Slimy Sky's actually been popping off though. I didn't expect it to.
How many
but
episodes
the
are in
latest,
the season?
I
12?
think I want to say that there's gonna be 24 in this season. I'm not sure though, but whatever it is, the latest episode, like I mean, it's just filled with action. It's just like gore and destruction and fighting. It's it's actually really cool. So
Yeah.
Another thing, another non-seasonal I've been watching is Gintama. I got into it like about like a month or so ago. I'm not really sure how long, but like about that. And I've gotten about 50 episodes into it, and I really like it so far. It's definitely the funniest anime I've seen. Normally, anime comedy can be kind of like the same-ish.
Yeah.
But this is so different, and it's like the only anime I've ever actually laughed out loud at. And I almost
Nice.
never laugh out loud. Yeah, I
I
almost
laugh out
never.
loud at anime
Love is
all the
War.
time.
Love is War. You had
No,
to laugh out
no.
at one point.
No,
How?
Are you
I
kidding
almost
me?
never laugh. I almost never laugh out loud. Even if I find it really funny, I just don't really laugh out loud unless I find
Wow.
it really, really funny.
Wow.
There's some good moments in it.
I guess
no,
I laugh more because like
Yeah,
I've,
I laugh more, I guess.
I've laughed at a
I don't know
decent amount of
why, but
anime.
even memes or something, I don't really ever laugh out loud. I just kind of like,
Yeah, I
You
mean, it
kinda
does have
look
to
at
be
them, you're like,
really
"Eh,
funny,
okay."
but I found a lot of really
Mhm.
funny stuff in other anime too, like just like a
Yeah.
few moments.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, Gintama's like the funniest anime I've seen so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really quickly, like we skipped one weekly. We was talking about Doctor Stone. There was an episode that came out this
Oh, yeah.
Thursday,
Oh,
second
yeah.
to last episode, right? Because there's 11 this season, and this episode
Yeah.
10. Have you
That's
seen
an
it, Nick?
odd number.
I haven't seen it, but
Oh,
I heard
oh.
it was really good. I
Yeah.
heard it was the best one so far.
So episode 9 took a turn that I didn't like, but episode 10, it really pushes out, and like Senku is put in this weird situation, and it really like pushes some stuff really far into the plot. And so it's getting a little dramatic and stuff, but I kind of enjoyed it. There was a cool like matchup of a fight that happened in episode 10, and it was kind of one of those like fanfic fights that you're like, oh man, this group of people together, like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know there was like a big
darn.
thing where like, I know there's a big thing where like Senku had like his hair down, and girls are like
Yeah.
sipping for him.
There was like a dramatic part where like his hair is down
Why?
and something's happening, and yeah, you don't really see that his hair's always up, and you're like, I guess all the girls like that.
Apparently.
Anyway, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
We want to move
Alright,
into
so
anime list stuff now.
That it for weeklies. I think we're good.
believe so, sir.
We're gonna move into looking at some different anime sites, mainly MyAnimeList because that's the one we all use the most. And I think
Mhm.
that's probably one of the most popular as well, or
Yeah.
if not the most
I'm pretty
popular.
sure. Yeah, I'm
Um,
pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're just gonna be going over it, looking at how it's laid out, what it's used for, all that, and then
Yeah.
probably
then
look at
also
some
our-
individual anime and stuff. So
Yeah, a lot of it's also going to be going over like our thoughts on like the placement of like the top rated anime on my anime list and
Mhm.
like where
Mhm.
we think they should be or like what we think about their placement or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. First off, I think so to explain like what these lists are, there's like 3 big ones, okay? So my anime list is the biggest one. We all have it. We all have an account in these sites.
In the description, check it
Yeah,
out.
we have our my anime lists down in the description where you can see every anime that we've seen, that we want to watch, we've completed, that we're watching now, our rankings, everything. It's a really good system. But there's a lot of
Yep.
sites that do this. My Anime List, most popular. There's also AniList, which is it has a better UI and stuff, but it's just not as popular at the moment yet. And there's
Yeah.
also AniPlanet. So there's like a lot of different sites. But we mostly stay to My Anime List because it's the most popular one. And so with these sites, you can it's like a community for weebs basically. So you can look at
Community for weebs.
yeah, it's a
Exactly.
weeb community. So you can
Pretty
you can
much.
store your data for anime and manga as well as like check out,
Mhm.
forums and stuff. There's
Yeah.
I don't know if have you guys looked into forums at all?
I haven't
couple
really looked at
times.
the forums all that much. To
have
be
a
honest,
couple
all I
times,
really
but-
use is the anime tab and then my own profile. So
Yeah, that's what I use it for most of the time. Same.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I've used the community forums a couple times, but not that often. I usually just use it as like a database to store like all the anime I'm like watching, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in the mode where like you see an anime that none of your other friends have seen and you kind of want to talk about it, all these sites have forums where you can talk about it with random people, stuff like that. It's kind of
Mhm.
cool. You can interact with people. And one of the biggest things in this is there's a whole ranking system, and when you rank an anime, it goes into the database and they have the top ranked anime on the site. And so what we're going to be doing today mostly is looking at these top ranked anime on my anime list and giving our thoughts on them of like ones that we've seen and just popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, do you guys want to just dive
Yeah.
into it?
yeah, let's dive into it. Top anime. Yep. All right. So for anybody who is listening along on Spotify and not watching YouTube, we are on my anime list. If you go to the anime tab and then just to top anime, we're on all anime.
We're
We'll
just
be-
like looking at like the top rated anime and like our thoughts about them. We'll talk
Yep.
about like which ones we're talking about. So
Yeah, we'll talk about it. You guys won't
bring
feel
it
left
up.
behind. Don't worry.
Mhm.
All right. So
Well,
if we have it picked up,
if you prefer to see it visually, you can go on YouTube.
yeah, go to YouTube visuals. Anyways, so if you're looking at the tab top anime, all anime, number 1, we're looking at Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
mhm.
So
yeah, we definitely got.
you guys know more about that. So if you want
I
to talk
mean,
it,
yeah, this
talk about
scrub
it.
Ethan hasn't freaking finished
He's
it.
dropped it halfway.
My man doesn't
I'm
finish like the
sorry.
highest ranked anime. And,
I'm
you know,
sorry. I
it's-
watched like half of it.
You can argue that's not the
Okay.
best, but it is definitely top tier, S tier. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
top tier.
So
FP.
I can kind of
It was-
agree with it being ranked 1. It's not my personal rank 1, but I still gave it a 10 out of 10. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it somewhat does deserve it. It was like one of my first anime, and like the first one, it was my favorite, like top 10. First
Yeah.
10 I gave. I think it is a bit lacking compared to some other anime that I like, but I think it has a more broad appeal than some of others because like
definitely.
Hunter and One Piece are a bit less mainstream than Full Metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're longer and they're definitely more anime-esque, whereas Full Metal Alchemist, it's anime, but there's a lot of, you know, it's not super weeby culture, so like
Mhm.
non-weebs can get into it, and it's on
Yeah.
Netflix. That I feel like that actually is like an
That's a
also
big
characteristic that
reason,
helps
yeah.
it. It's literally
Mhm.
it's been on Netflix for the longest time ever.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, like, I definitely can see why it's number 1. Like, it is actually really well done and it's pretty entertaining. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it because I stopped and then I just started watching so many other things that I just put it off to the side.
Mhm.
But you know, I can see why it's number 1. You know, I think sure it deserves it. It's a pretty good show.
Yeah.
So.
You haven't gone to it yet, but this is one of the. There's a lot of anime that are really highly ranked on here that haven't even finished. One Piece, Attack on Titan,
Mhm.
Gintama I think just recently ended. There's a lot of anime that
Hunter
have
x
not
Hunter.
ended, and this is one of those anime that it is top ranked, and it has a beginning and a complete ending. The entire story is covered.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
I think
it has a
I
good
feel like
ending.
One
That's one of the
Piece-
reasons. You know?
One Piece I feel would 100% be number 1 or, you know, at least number 2 if more people were able to like actually get over the fact that it's long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't mind that
definitely.
it's long. Like I'll get around to watching it at some point. It's just I'm
That's good.
watching other things right now and I don't feel like
Yeah.
I think
adding
that's the main
super
reason
long
why.
things, so.
I think that's the main reason why One Piece isn't higher. It's just because it's
Yeah,
so long.
it's so
like a lot
long.
of people get into it, they watch it a little bit, and they just like rate it really badly because they
Yeah.
didn't like the beginning part.
Yeah.
Because it is like the weakest part in my opinion, like the very beginning.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah.
want to get off of Full Metal and just go down to the next
Yep.
one now?
All right, so our next one, number 2 on All Anime, is the 4th season, or the current airing season of Attack on Titan. So
yeah, boy. And it's
it's,
kind of weird
yeah, it's
because
number 2.
some anime like have seasons, so they're split on MyAnimeList. For example,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan, every season is split and they're ranked differently. Whereas
Yeah.
like One Piece is technically like one super long season, so the entire like 900, 860 something episodes
Whatever
are literally
episodes,
within
yeah.
one like ranking. That's one
Yeah.
ranking,
Yeah.
the entire series. So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
a little weird in that way.
Yeah, my anime's a little weird with it, but so so specifically the final season of Attack on Titan is number 2. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't know necessarily like I'm not as hyped for this season as other anime,
Mhm.
but I don't think I'd give this one number 2 just personally,
Yeah.
but I can see why people like it. And I feel like
Yeah.
I do think that it's actually boosted by the manga readers as well, because I definitely think anime only watchers
Just everybody was hyped.
it probably wouldn't. Yeah.
People are
yeah.
definitely overhyping it just because Attack on Titan has been so successful, and then they're coming up with another season, and it's the final season.
Yeah.
Even though it's like it's about to end, and it's not really the end, but
Yeah.
whatever.
There's
dude.
more
I-
stuff in the manga.
I get
Crunchyroll
triggered by
releasing
that.
the Crunchyroll releasing the trailer where they're like the final
Yeah, we
episode.
already talked about
and
this
yet
last
there's still
episode.
like another half of the part.
Yeah, we already talked about this last
Yeah.
episode, but it's
Mm-hmm.
it still has a lot to go.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
So personally, I don't think it belongs second either. And I hate to say this because like a lot of people are like oh yeah, don't hate on Mappa, whatever. But I think a lot of it has to do with this. A lot of the reason why I don't think it belongs in that spot is due to the adaptation. Like
Yeah.
I don't think the animation holds up as well
Mhm.
as
They
like
rushed
previous
it.
things or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was rushed.
They rushed it so that
Yeah.
it could meet the end towards the manga. So
Yeah.
that
I
it's
would
just
have
that, and it's
I
just-
would have rather had waited for Mappa to prepare longer in order to see something that looked a lot better.
It's
Because
just like One Piece
if they
and-
okay, if Mappa had the same quality for Attack on Titan for this season as they did for Jujutsu, this season would unbeatable by any anime. It would be amazing.
Quality does play
But
somewhat of a
yeah.
point, especially when you're using CGI on the most important parts of like
The
the
most
anime,
important
the
part,
titans
yeah.
and the fights, and like it really just kills the hype for me. And some people don't complain about it, but I don't know how you can't complain about the Beast Titan. Like,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm
Talk about
gonna
this
be
a billion
dead
times.
honest.
Any of the
He-
main titans really.
Calling out
Yes.
everybody here that said, "Oh, the CGI is not that noticeable." Shut up. It is very noticeable. You can't deny it.
there's only like 2 things in the trailer that actually like showed up in the actual show.
Yeah.
Like all these super high quality moments that never really actually
yeah.
got released
Yeah.
in the
I
era
don't
of the
like.
show.
I'm not gonna. I don't 100% blame Mappa because it was rushed and they were kind of
Yeah.
pressured to get it out. But
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
exactly Mappa's fault. It's more just the people who, pushed
Yeah.
it. Whoever has the
pushed
like
it. Yeah.
license to like air it or something like that, pushing
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
And that shit.
Yeah.
Do I? Yeah.
I think a lot of it is kind of like how One Piece is, how the fact that like if they just took a break and like spent more time animating it, it could look a lot better animation.
Mhm.
Because like One Piece is just not seasonal; it's just constantly making episodes, so
Yeah.
they don't really work on
Yeah.
the animation isn't really that good. It's gotten
Mhm.
better recently, but I
Yeah.
think this looks worse in my opinion than the One Piece animation at times, just because it's
Mm,
it's instead of being rushed, I mean, instead of being like slow like One Piece is, where they have like a bit more time to work on it, then like they're still like releasing episodes like all the time, but they have
Yeah.
more time to work on it because they're adapting like one chapter per episode. This is a
I-
bit more well.
I kind of disagree with that, just because I think that One Piece's pacing is pretty garbage still, and it's super
I know, I'm talking
slow.
purely animation.
Yeah, but even animation, other than the CGI, like it may, because
I don't know. I
when I
mean,
look back at One Piece, other than the most recent episode, that the super hype moments that they work on super hard, the normal episodes of One Piece are very like still. They're not very fluid. And Attack on Titan isn't very fluid either, but they both have like the same quality of like backgrounds and characters still. So
Mhm.
I would argue
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's not worse, just because like One Piece is also like very very still frames, not a lot of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I think it's just like less noticeable. The animation difference in One Piece.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know. I think it just, I noticed like, maybe it's just used to Attack on Titan animation or something. But like having the CGI Titans and not just that, but you could see like moments when the characters are like moving around. It seems kind of stiff at times in this
Mhm.
current season.
I just feel like that
Um,
with One Piece all the time, though. I mean, I
Yeah.
got used to it, but like
Yeah.
when I think about it, I just look at One Piece. I'm like, man,
Mhm.
like they're really stiff.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, agree to disagree. We should just
Mhm.
continue to the next one now, because
Move
we
on.
got a lot
Yeah,
to go.
so-
We're just gonna.
Another one. So number 3 is actually Attack on Titan season 3 part 2.
Oh yeah.
Do I think this should be number 3? No.
Yes.
Not at all.
Yes.
I mean, it's an amazing, it's an amazing part, but I
No,
mean,
you're
it
wrong.
released a long time ago, and I think it's only really number 3 right now because
long
of the
time
final
ago.
season. Well, I mean, like
A
it's
few years.
July
Like last year.
2019. July 2019 is when it finished. Whatever. But
I mean, I'm
I
gonna
feel like
say.
it's just certainly boosted.
I'm gonna
by-
say I don't think it's boosted. I think it
Yeah.
honestly deserves all the hype, because they spent they spent like a long
a
time.
while,
I
yeah.
think like at least a year animating
Mhm.
like 10 episodes,
Yeah.
and some like it's first of all, it's the buildup of Attack on Titan. The first 3 seasons, this
Yeah.
crazy war that's going on, got to your animation the entire time. Levi versus Beast Titan is still one of the coolest like animations
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
it
fights
is, yeah.
ever. The
Yeah.
opening
Yeah.
is
No, no,
an
no.
absolute banger. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's still one of my favorite moments of Attack on Titan. This entire
I
arc.
I definitely think season 3, like part 2, definitely deserves to be, top 5. But I do think that it is. I do think it's still boosted by the fact that the final season's coming out, just simply because people are watching they're watching part 2 and like part 3 or whatever, and like the whole show really.
Can I
and
point?
watch like so they can final season.
I'm gonna point out something. Do you guys see? But next to the score, does it say there's 777,777 users exactly? Because for me, it
Yeah.
says that. It says there's 777,777 users.
Wait, where are you
that have
looking?
scored
Wait.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what the?
it-
All
yeah,
right,
I just thought that's funny. 777,777.
7777777.
What the heck, bro?
Mhm.
So,
dude,
anyways.
let's get to the next one.
Yeah, so next one, Steins Gate number 4. I know nothing about this show. It's on my plan to watch
Really?
list.
I didn't get to say anything about the last one.
Oh, yeah,
but
sorry,
I do
sorry.
think
Oh,
I do
yeah.
think season 3 part 2 belongs around there. I'm not sure. I can't think of any other show that will belong there up there unless other than like Hunter x Hunter or something. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good spot for it.
It's peak animated.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I can
No,
say.
it's-
It's like a perfect adaptation. Like,
Yeah,
for me at least. Like, it's just so good, so freaking good.
yeah.
Alright,
So anyways,
Steins Gate.
back to Steins Gate. Yeah, the only thing I know about Steins Gate is Karisu and how the main character kind of looks like the guy from Parasite, and that it has something to do with time.
Yeah.
That's about all I know.
It is confusing as frick, dude. I couldn't even tell you the plot if I wanted. Well, I could, but
Then
like,
do it right now. Tell
it'd
me
be
the plot.
scuffed. No. Time traveling. That's it. I don't know.
I knew it. Let's go. I'm so good at this.
I gave it a 9 because I love it, but I think it's a little overrated for me. It's really complicated and it's really slow in the first half. The entire first like
Yeah.
7 episodes, I dropped it and I came back and then I was like, this is amazing.
Nice.
But the first beginning part was like, dude. It
I
was
know
so
a lot of
slow.
people. I know a lot of people agree with you on that. Like the first 7 episodes is kind of like eh. Personally, I mean, I saw it a long time ago, so maybe my opinion would be different now if I watched it. But I really like the first 7 episodes, just like the daily slice of life stuff because I really like the
Yeah.
characters, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's an amazing show. Although, like you said, I think it's kind of overrated because it's good, but I don't think it's number 4 spot. I saw on the top of my AnimeList for like the longest time, and I thought it was like
Wasn't
like,
it
one of
like
the best
number
shows
2
ever.
at some point until recently, like Attack on Titan shit?
Yeah, for a while the top 3 were Full Metal, Steins Gate, and Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's our thoughts. Ethan.
And compared
Would
to
you rate
like
it a
Full
10 out of
Metal or
10?
Hunter x Hunter, I don't think it belongs.
I
in
did
the
not
first
rate
place.
Steins Gate a 10 out of 10.
I'm just
Calm down.
kidding. Okay. well,
So number 5 on the list is Gintama.
okay. First of
Yeah,
all, let's
that's-
just say there's like 10 billion
Season 4.
Gintama categories in this anime list because
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
each
there is.
season there's a different Gintama ranking, and like every Gintama is ranked like super high. So as we scroll through this list, we're gonna be seeing so many Gintamas because there's so many seasons and so many movies, and they're all ranked high.
Yeah, this is Gintama with
So
the
listen,
little degree
we haven't
symbol.
seen it. We haven't seen this one at
It's
all. This is
Gintama season 4.
So we can't
Oh,
say anything
season
about
4,
that.
okay.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
just gonna have to
Alright,
go
If
so
it's
back.
number-
funny, you can
we'll
see the
skip
polling
it.
list name, Ethan.
Yeah. So number 6 then is Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
I
have not-
mean,
oh, well,
you guys
That's a lie. I have.
you guys probably
watched
already
part
know
of
my thoughts about this, but
Yeah, you
I
biased
believe it belongs.
bitch.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. Actually, though, I legitimately believe it belongs higher, like top 5 material at least. I mean, personally, in my ranking, it's number 2, but
I
I
agree with
just-
you
I
that
think-
it's
I
top
think-
5.
I think top 5 is like a respectable thing to put it at.
it. Mhm.
I gave it a 10 out of 10. I love
Same.
this. I mean, I think it's amazing.
Okay, so when I first started watching anime, I did watch like 25 or 30 episodes of it. And like I remember it wasn't like super interesting to me. I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch it again, but for me, like from the little bit I saw, I don't think I'd put it in, top 5, but I also haven't
Yeah.
watched the whole thing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a couple arcs that you literally have to see in order to fairly
Mhm.
rate it because they're
Yeah.
just so talked about and so popular, so
Mhm.
highly rated. Yeah.
The interesting thing about Hunter x Hunter is a lot of the arcs kind of vary a lot. They're in
Yeah.
most of them are in very different settings, and the tone is like slightly changed. So it's like a different experience as you're progressing through each arc.
The
Yeah.
tone of the longest and like most popular arc is like way darker than the rest of them.
Is that the Chimera Ant arc?
Yeah, the one that everybody
Yeah.
talks
Yeah.
about. It's
Mhm.
it's acclaimed as like the best arc in Hunter x Hunter and one of the best arcs of all time. I mean, it is an amazing arc. I love that arc, dude.
Hmm.
Nice.
But anyway,
Alright, so
yeah,
number
I
s-
think it's top 5
Speak-
material personally.
Yeah.
Speaking again about like what you said about how the first 20, 30 episodes is kind of I do think like whenever I first like heard about Hunter x Hunter and saw like art of it and stuff,
Mhm.
I thought it looked kind of childish. But then like as I keep watching, I feel like it's purposely doing that to you. It's like purposely trying to seem childish. And then
Yeah.
as I keep going,
That way it
you
destroys
realize-
your hopes and dreams later on.
yeah,
I just feel all
it
sad
gets
and
like way
depressed.
darker, way more twisted, and less shonen-y later
Mhm.
on.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
silent at the end.
All right, so number 7 is some random one I have never heard of.
Well,
Actually, no.
Yeah. So
I know
this
what
is
it
the
is,
galactic
but-
one, right? What the
Yeah,
heck is it called?
Heroes of the Galactic.
Galactic
Legend
Heroes.
of the
Yeah,
Galactic
Legend of the Galactic Heroes.
Anyway,
yeah. Ginga Eiyu Densetsu.
I've heard so many good things about it, and I've wanted to watch it. It's just really hard to find to watch. Like,
Yeah.
it's not on any stream.
haven't-
It's not
yeah.
on any mainstream streaming service, and
Mhm.
so it's really old. It's kind of hard to find, and it's like
Yeah.
a really long show. So I definitely want to watch
Yeah.
it at some point. But it's one of those
Mhm.
that it's just kind
If
of
you know where to watch it, drop it down in the comments.
Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
if you know where to, yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So number 8 is another Gintama.
Let's go.
And so is number 9.
Gintama season 2. Wait, what? I don't even know what episodes it covers. It's 51 episodes.
51
so,
episodes.
So
yeah.
I've basically seen all of season 2.
No, you
all-
haven't. Season 1 is 200 episodes.
No, Nick, if you look at season 2, it says 51 episodes. So like season 1 is the way that they rank it on MyAnimeList, I believe, is where season 1 of Gintama is like the first year. Like I think they do it by years. Wait,
It's
or
not.
do they not? Oh, they don't?
Season 1 is like 201 episodes.
Oh, I see. Okay, my bad. Yeah, no, we have not seen that. That is like way newer, 2011.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, you can see in the background it says covers 202 to 252.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, next one, Gintama.
Number 9 is
there's so many
Gintama
freaking
again.
Gintamas. Yeah.
Gintama Ichosen.
What's the next one? Number 10. This one's
So 3 Gatsuno. That's when March
yeah.
comes like a lion.
Oh yeah, one
I
of my
haven't
friends,
seen that.
a guest that has come here, Keon. He actually
Yeah.
watched it recently. So, too
Mhm.
bad he's not here to put his input. But I've heard
I
it's
know
really
it's
good.
a really sad
Sangatsu no
one.
Lion second
Yeah,
season.
I've heard it's a really good anime.
I need to add that to my
yeah.
plan
I've
to watch.
watched it,
Ooh,
but I'll get into it.
Oh yeah,
So,
the next one.
The next one is Koe no Katachi. I don't
a
actually
silent
know.
voice.
Oh, it's a silent voice. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I mean,
I'm looking at it.
I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't give it a 9 or a 10, honestly. I'd probably give it an 8. But
Okay,
it's probably my
okay,
favorite
a
anime
silent-
movie.
I watched this one recently. I say recently, it was a couple months ago, but okay, so I'd give this one a 9. I thought it's really, it's like it's kind of I don't know, you have to watch it to really, it's hard to explain, I
It's
think
just
it's
like
well done, though,
emotional,
so.
like kind of
Yeah.
slice of lifey, where it's just kind of going through the motions, but it's
Mhm.
very dramatic at points, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's following
Easiest
this
way to
like
put it
shy
in.
character a lot, and there's a
Mhm.
lot of character development between him.
Yeah.
So
I would
Yeah.
definitely rate both Your Name and Weathering with You higher, just because I think they're just a lot more visually and audibly pleasing.
agree to disagree.
But
I
I mean,
don't
you haven't
think-
watched Your Name though. Your Name is actually so much
Yeah,
better
no, I
than
haven't
Weathering.
watched
Okay,
Your
I
Name,
will watch
but-
Your Name.
It's such a
But
good
you also give
movie.
Weathering with You a higher ranking, and like I didn't like.
I don't think
with
Weathering with You is as good. It's better animation and musically, but like other than that, I don't think the plot is worse.
Or-
I don't
yeah,
know.
you
I think overall, I just enjoyed Weathering with You more.
Yeah,
but
that's fine. I
Mhm.
do like the
I don't
art.
know.
More.
For me,
The
I put
silent
this to
voice is
9
good.
also.
I don't know if I'd give it this like high of a point on top anime, but it was definitely good. So
Mm-hmm.
I put this at a 9 also. I'm not sure if it should be like number 11, but
yeah.
definitely like up there.
I'd probably say top 50. I don't know. I feel like it's a little high.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, out of the anime I've seen, it's probably like top 20 or so, but
Yeah.
I don't know, like overall, it seems a little high
Mm-hmm.
considering how many other anime are there.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So moving on is Gintama period.
Another
don't-
Gintama. It's fine. We can
Another
skip that.
Gintama.
There's
It's
like
all over.
a billion
So number
Gintamas.
13
Gintama's
is
good show. We
Clan-
get it. We get it.
Number
Uh,
13 is Clanad After Story.
So
I've heard
Um,
this one is really good, but I
yeah,
haven't
me
watched
too.
it.
I've
so-
heard this one's
Yeah,
super
no-
emotional and stuff.
Mhm.
None of us have watched it, but I know it's like really sad and it's everything, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely planning on it.
Anyway,
So number 14, Gintama. This looks like the first season though.
yeah,
So.
it's
Yeah,
the
it is.
original one.
I gave it a 9 because it's really good right now.
Yeah,
I have to get more into it if I'm gonna give it a 10. Like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm-
better.
I'm like halfway through it right now. I'm like 95 episodes in, and I'd still
Mhm.
give it a 9. Definitely like it's not close to a 10 for me. I'd say it's like a solid 9. It's gonna probably stay there unless it gets ridiculous towards the end, because it's so hit or miss. There's so many episodes that I actually get kind of bored on, like especially where I am right now in the 90s and the 80s. A lot of them have been missing, but the
Mhm.
peaks are amazing, and it's still a fun watch.
Yeah. So number 15 is the Gintama movie 2 Kanketsu en Yorozuya yo Ein Nare. I
Yeah.
don't know what this is.
Have not
Other
seen that
than
one
knowing
either.
it's
It's a
Gintama.
movie. None of us have seen it.
It's Gintama though, so it's
Alright.
highly
It's
ranked.
Gintama,
Let's
so it's
go.
automatically highly
So
rated.
it's on here.
Yeah.
Number 16 is Kimi no Nawa or Your Name. This is a 10 out of 10 movie. If I could, I'd rate this an 11. I would put this one top 5 easily. Like, so easily. The plot is actually really good. The music is just amazing. And visually, it's one of the best things I think I've ever seen animated. It is
From what I've heard about
so
it,
good.
From what I've heard about it, I think it's gonna be better than Weathering with You.
It is better than
I-
Weathering.
But I don't. From what I've heard and based off Weathering with You and everything, I don't think it belongs top 5. I mean, obviously speaking from someone who's never seen it.
Well, yeah, it's ranked 16 though. So like, do you think
It
it's
is
where
ranked
it
16.
is
It's
supposed
also
to be,
one
or
of the
do you think-
highest grossing
I'm just going
movies
off
in
what Ethan
Japan.
said.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
Um,
can go to the next since I'm the only one that's seen it. So the next one is Oware Monogatari second season. Don't
None of
think
us
I've
seen
seen
it.
this one. Yeah.
Nah.
I only saw Baka
Um,
and Nisa Monogatari.
Can't really
So
comment on
number
that.
18 is Kokios. I'm assuming is the second season because it has a 2.
Oh yeah, have you seen
Yeah.
this, Nick?
I have. Yeah.
Oh, you have? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This anime I rated a 10. I think it's really good. It's in my top 5 like anime. So I definitely
Cool.
do think it belongs up there. Maybe like top 10 or something. Although I can understand why it's only top 20, and I'm fine with it being like that because there are some flaws to it that a lot of people don't like, and even though I really like it, I can understand why people don't. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it can be all over the place at times. And although the ending of this anime, which is I think a lot of the reason why people gave it such a high rating, is the best anime I've seen in anime, and like a lot of people agree with that. Like
The best
It's-
what?
The best anime
ending-
he's seen in the history of anime.
No, the best ending to an anime.
Oh, it's not like you said the best anime in anime. And I was
Yeah,
like, what?
he did. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
okay. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna check that out at some point for
Yes.
sure.
Number 19 is another Gintama that I
Oh,
assume none of us have
Gintama,
seen, but
It's
it's
all over the
Gintama,
place.
so it's on here.
Oh,
Number 20 is Haikyuu. This is
Yo.
Karasuna High School versus Shiratorizawa Gakuen Koko.
I saw 2
Yeah.
episodes of that. Let's
Or high
go.
school.
It's on
Yeah.
hold right now.
I watched all this. I put it at a 10. It might be kind of overrated. Like my rating might be kind of overrated. But I think it was really good. The whole thing is just one match, like one matchup between
Yep.
these two teams. It's like,
Karasuno Koko versus Shiratorizawa Gakuen Koko.
okay, shut up.
Wow.
It's got like the
Toxic.
most hype moments ever, and it's got like the best like character development and stuff in the show.
Yeah.
Really good animation, and everything. So yeah, I think I gave it a 10.
Yeah. Haikyuu in general, I
Nice.
think, has amazing animation and stuff. I'm hyped to watch this one. My personal opinion on
I
the
do think-
series, though, is I think it's a little overrated. Just because it's like recent and it has really good animation. It's an amazing
heard a-
adaptation, but
I've heard a
feel
lot of people say that it's like kind of repetitive after a while.
that's what kind of got me in season 2, because although there's super epic moments, it's like it's kind of that whole concept of like what's it called, plot armor, where it's like it's the main team, you know they're gonna win, and there's a bunch of games that they play and you know they're gonna win all of them, so it kind of just hurts it a little bit for me. So
Yeah, I think that's the reason why I think like I don't know. It's just like a feeling. I felt like giving it a 10, but logically, I don't think it deserves a 10. I think it's like a
yeah, that's
strong
fine.
9.
That's fine. There's if your enjoyment's a 10, that's fine, dude. Your rank is your rank or rating, whatever.
That's why I think the ratings for it, like all the Haikyuu seasons, are really highly rated. They're all in like the top 50.
Yeah,
or
because
something.
people enjoy it a lot, and it may not be like objectively like the best like story or whatever, but it does like hype people and stuff. So I can understand why people are like, "Yo, this is super hype."
Yeah.
But also, if there's people that have just seen Haikyuu, I definitely recommend you check out some other sports anime too. There's some other amazing ones. Run with the Wind is super similar, and I love that one. Also, some of the older ones like Hajime no Ippo I'm watching, which is boxing. It's,
And I've read some.
really
Oh yeah.
yeah. Anyway, Hajime no Ippo is really good. Recommend it. It just went on Crunchyroll recently.
Mhm.
And I've read some of the manga for Slam Dunk, and it's really good.
Mhm.
I definitely recommend checking it out, even though I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I get butthurt with like seeing Haikyuu so high is that I've seen it like those other sports ones, and I think they're like just as good and maybe even better in a lot of ways, and they're
Mhm.
they're like not up there, and
Yeah.
it's a lot because of the animation quality, and it's just like the popular anime out right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just popularity, because like it's such a
Yeah.
popular show.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to get into an anime like this than like an old one. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the next one, so we don't spend too long.
Yeah.
Number 21 is Mob Psycho 102.
Oh
So-
yeah. Have
Oh,
you
yeah.
seen this, Ethan?
I haven't seen it, but I do like the opening, so I do plan to watch it.
Yeah.
It
the
also
opening
looks.
is whack.
Yeah, it's also same guy that made One Punch Man, and I really enjoyed One Punch, so I'll
yeah,
probably watch this at some point. So.
I really enjoyed it, but I do think the rating, like the overall rating, is a bit high. Putting it at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rated it an 8 out of 10 because I thought it was really good. It had amazing moments,
Mhm.
but in the end, it is a comedy, and the plot itself, the whole end game, the antagonist, it's not like they're not amazing. The antagonist, I don't think is like really good or anything like that. Even the
Yeah.
main character, I think he's a little overhyped as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
'Cause he's
I put
kinda-
it at a 9. I put it at a 9, just because like I thought it was just solid all around, and like just really enjoyed the comedy and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, 21 out of the whole thing does seem a bit high. Not sure I put it there. Maybe like
It's funny
top
because you say
100.
you wouldn't put it there, and the average score is an 8.84, and you gave it a 9. So like, so you're
Yeah,
technically
I know.
putting
You'd
you're
put it
putting
higher.
it there.
You're
I
putting-
know,
you're
I
bringing
know.
it whether you
Bro.
want to or not.
I mean, I guess I could lower it, but
No, I'm just saying it's kind of ironic because you're like, I don't know if it should be that high, but you like rank it higher than the average rank.
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
It's kind of funny.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways,
yeah.
yeah. So moving
Another
on, now that we all know
Guitari.
A bit
that.
weird.
There's a lot of.
Kizumonogatari 3, none
Oh,
of us
movie.
have watched it. Number 23 is actually Spirited Away, which used to be Japan's
guys seen
highest
it?
grossing film until Demon Slayer's movie passed it.
Have you seen it?
I
Either of you?
haven't seen it, but I've heard really good things, especially since it was the most popular, so I
Yeah.
do plan to watch it.
I actually did see it before I got into anime because, before I got into anime, my sister was into anime and she watched a lot of Studio Ghibli movies, including this one.
Yeah.
I really had no idea what was going on. I was a kid. I like didn't pay attention half of the time, so I can't give it a good rating. But I do want to watch it at some point. I mean, it
Yeah,
was
I
the most
do
selling
plan
for a
to watch
reason.
it,
It's
yeah.
highly ranked. Like, it's got to be good. It's Studio Ghibli.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
A lot
number
of
20.
Ghibli movies are good.
Yeah. So number 24 and number 25 are both Gintama. I'm assuming
Let's
neither
go.
of you
Dude,
have seen either of them.
25 is the
there's
final
so many
movie.
Gintama?
Yeah, yeah. Number 25 is the movie that was released in January of this year.
Just 2 months
Mhm.
ago.
Just released, yeah.
It's the
number-
final movie, and it's number 25. Dang.
Mm-hmm. Number 26 is
number-
Cowboy Bebop. I haven't seen it, so
I've seen
I'd
it.
put it- not on this page.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll
mean,
be
yeah,
honest, I don't really enjoy the opening for it. I've heard it a bunch. and
I
I'm
think
kinda
it's
tired of
overrated.
it.
I think when people are like,
Yeah,
oh my god,
I
the
think
Cowboy
it's-
Bebop
yeah.
opening. Yo, let's go.
Yo,
But, like,
let's go. No,
I can
just
think of
calm
some-
I think
down.
it's. I do
Yeah.
think it is a little overrated, but I can understand why, because it's a classic. It's like one of the
it is definitely a classic though.
classic manga.
That
Yeah.
can't be denied.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gave it an 8. I think I'm the only one out of us who's seen it, right?
Yeah, we watched
I
the
haven't
first
seen it.
episode together though. I think I enjoyed.
Yeah,
from what
I
saw.
honestly didn't enjoy it. I was
Definitely
kinda
plan to
bored.
watch it. It's on my plan to watch with the other 1,000 anime.
Yeah, it's on my plan to avoid.
Whoa,
Um,
dang.
I'm
I
joking.
think
I
Dang.
might watch it eventually, but I don't know.
I
It's just not my thing, I guess.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's like a slow. I mean, it's like a old anime, so it
Mhm.
feels kind of slow, which is kind
Yeah.
of weird because Yu Yu Hakusho is like older than this by like 5 years. and
Yeah.
it seems faster.
Initial D. Well, actually, no. I think Initial D is actually older.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of
I,
old
thi- I know
anime,
the manga definitely is, but
a lot of old anime have like problems of pacing. I think like this and Evangelion are both like really freaking slow. So
actually
it's kind of
no.
hard to push through.
Wait. The
Initial
first
D, the
episode of
first
Initial
stage.
D released on the same day as, or the same month as Cowboy Bebop.
April of
First episode.
1998.
April,
Wait.
yep.
Yo,
April
wait, they
1998.
did. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They were like the same season.
It's the same, yeah.
Man,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we had been alive back then, we would have gotten 2 bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the older anime tend to have like problems of being like really slow, whatever. So it's kind of hard to push through. But it definitely feels like really well written. Um,
Mhm.
I think in general I don't really like episodic stuff that much. So except for Gintama is like one of the exceptions.
Mhm.
So I give it an 8. I think it's a bit high for like the overall ranking. I think nostalgia
Mhm.
might play a factor in that, but top 50 or so is good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So these next few we
Anyways.
have not seen.
Yeah, we haven't seen. 27 is the Fate Stay Night movie, Heaven's Feel.
That one also came out
28.
recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Um,
August of 2020.
A lot of the recent ones I feel like are a little high because of hype,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't seen it. So.
Yeah.
I did see a clip from it. It seems really good.
Mhm.
Is it still? Is the movie also animated by UFO Table? I'm assuming it is, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can click
Um,
on it. Studios UFO table.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Um,
Well, that means animation-wise, it's gonna pop off. But
yeah. I mean, I saw the first 2 movies and I thought it was really
Mhm.
good. I
Yeah.
still yet to see the third movie. I'm
Mhm.
planning on doing that sometime.
nice.
Another guitar.
Yeah. So we have it. Yeah. So 28 is Monogatari's second season. Which is none of the ones I've seen. 29 is Descending Stories. I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, me neither.
And then 30 is Monster. Have either of you watched that? It's a
Um,
movie.
Jacob has.
I can
Or
talk
no, it's a
about it
TV
for
show,
a
actually.
bit. So
I haven't seen it.
I
so I don't know
watched
anything about it.
8 episodes of it, and the thing is, it is very slow and really unique. It's
Mhm.
supposed to be kind of edgy but mysterious and really slow paced drama. Came out in 2004, yeah. And it definitely feels old styled. Like everything just goes at such a slow pace, and like I know it's amazing. I've heard so many good things about it. I just kind of got a little bored, and I plan
Yeah.
to pick up the manga because with stuff like that, I feel like you can breeze through the manga a little bit faster, and I'll probably get a better experience that way.
Yeah.
Speaking of the manga, I did read a couple chapters of it, and I really like the concept of it so far. So
Yeah, it's definitely a cool
I-
concept.
I've also read like some of another manga by the same author called 20th Century Boys, and that's really good. So
Yeah.
I have pretty high hopes for this because I heard it's even better. So
Nice. So what is it? So the next, is that it? You good?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Good. Yeah. Okay. So 31 is one that we actually watched a while ago. We were making fun of it because of the name. Number 31 is Mushishi's Zoku Show, the second season.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, but
We watched like
we've-
one
the-
episode, but we kept
yeah.
making fun of the name.
Yeah, because it's like they're
We
like
watched
the
one for the first
Mushishi or
season.
whatever.
They kept saying Mushi every
Oh,
like
yeah, the
5
Mushi.
seconds. It was
Yeah,
so
it was-
funny.
It was so
he's
dumb.
the Mushi master.
Anyway, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
check that
I
out
don't think
some
any of
point.
us have watched it.
Yeah.
yo, it's that
Number
one anime I was
so
talking
just
about.
moving on. Yeah,
next.
32. We can skip this one. It's Hajime no Ippo.
No.
We can just skip it.
Wait.
You know.
This one, I mean, okay, I want to try not to be repetitive because I do talk about it. I love it. And I think it does. I think it does belong in the top 32. Like I think top 30 is
Specifically
fine.
the top 32.
Yeah, I think it belongs exactly at rank 32. No. Anyway,
That's exactly where it belongs.
so far the
Exactly.
pacing has been
Nothing
amazing.
higher.
It has pretty good animation. The music is super good. It's like you
Yeah,
watch a
Madhouse
sports
did it.
anime a lot to be hyped, right? And this one is
Yeah.
no exception. Like this one gets me so hyped.
Yeah.
Just for anything, like just getting like out, just like physical, just trying to get fit and stuff like that. It really does hype
Yeah.
you. The main character is like he's slightly bland. He's just like the shy kid that's really nice and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
every other character is really good. Like the characters around him are hilarious and stuff. It's a good show.
I saw a lot of funny clips from it, so
Yeah,
I'm definitely
Yeah.
gonna check it out
I get
sometime.
like I didn't rank it yet because I'm like 19 episodes in, but I'd give it at the moment. I'd probably still give it a 9.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's my thoughts.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the next one is actually Made in Abyss, number 33.
Yeah, so
I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. It's supposed to be really emotional or something.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
something
I don't
like
know what
that.
it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. None of us have watched that. I
34.
don't.
Oh,
Yeah.
right next to it
34.
is the movie.
Yeah,
or
number
one of the
34 is
movies.
the third movie for Made in Abyss.
There's 3
None of
movies
us
of
have
that
watched
shit?
it.
35
Damn.
is an OVA for Rurouni Kenshin,
Yeah.
I don't know
Haven't
what
which
seen
I
it.
haven't seen, but it's a classic. I definitely need to see.
Yeah. So 36 is Your Lie in April. This one is actually really good.
You've
I
seen it,
completely
right?
forgot to add it to my list, but musically, it's actually pretty good anime. I enjoyed it. I don't know.
I
I
want
don't
to
know
get
if
on it,
I'd
but I got
necess-
spoiled, so like it's
Yeah,
kind of
I don't
hard.
necessarily know. Yeah, I was spoiled and I watched it anyways, but I don't think I'd necessarily rate it 36. It was a good show, but I don't think I'd rate it
Yeah.
that high. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but that's all I really have to say about that.
All I know about it is it's like one of the saddest anime.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah.
Anyways, so number 37 is the second season of Haikyuu.
Yeah.
Jacob and I have both seen this.
He both said at the same time.
Uh.
Sync.
It's
Ugh.
Haikyuu. It's sports anime. Yo,
It's
hype.
Haikyuu, yeah.
I mean, it's super hype.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything about it, Nick?
Um, just like the whole like second half when they were having like their whole match and everything. I think that's
Mhm.
like, the best part of it. Um, I know Jacob like said before he likes the whole trading part before, and
Mhm.
to be honest, I don't really like it that much. But I do really love the matches at the end, especially with like the whole antagonists of like the whole enemy team. You
Yeah.
find yourself rooting for them a lot of the time
I
because
wish they would have
the-
won. The show would have been better
Yeah.
if the antagonist team won.
they have such a charismatic enemy team. So like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I put it at 10 just because of the hype and because like the whole matchup at the end.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I still really enjoyed it, but yeah, like you said,
Nice.
I'm not as big of a fan, so I give it an 8 right now.
Yeah.
mhm. I think top 50 is like a good spot for it. I do think all of Haikyuu's kind of inflated, so
I'd
Mhm.
say like top 100 maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
So
Yep.
that's
So moving on. So 38 is the second season of Kaguya-sama Love is War. Um,
oh yeah.
I could probably give this one top 50. It was
Yeah.
fun. It was enjoyable.
It's
So,
one of my
a good
favorite
show.
comedies that I've
Yeah,
seen.
it's one of my favorite comedies.
I
Yeah,
think it's
definitely.
more consistently, in my opinion, I think it's more consistently funny than Gintama.
Gintama?
Like,
Yeah.
I do
Mhm.
think Gintama has better peaks with comedy, but Love is War, I feel like almost everything is somewhat funny to me. So I don't
Mhm.
really get bored on an episode with that.
Mhm.
So that's kind of nice. And I do love the characters. And
Yeah.
I
The characters
also
are all
agree.
very enjoyable.
I gave it a
They're all
9. I think
fun.
it deserves its spot.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
hilarious.
I gave it an 8. But I gave it
I think it
higher. Whatever.
deserves
I
its
can change
ranking and
it.
everything.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it deserves top 50. Yeah.
Yeah, I really love all the characters except for like
Mhm.
Shirogane, like the main guy. I feel like he's kind of lacking a
Oh.
little bit, maybe because it doesn't have much screen time.
Yeah.
But all
Yeah, it's
all the
mostly
other characters
focused
are
on
great.
Kaguya.
He's definitely
and-
one of the
yeah.
weaker ones. I still like him, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
not focused on as much.
Mhm.
Especially
Um,
Ishigami. Ishigami's
Oh
such a
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Anyway, so 39. I'm actually surprised 39 is not higher. This is the
Oh.
Demon Slayer movie Mugen Train.
dude, that comes out in a month
It is
in
currently
the US.
one of the highest grossing movies not only in Japan but also in the world.
Is it like okay, I guess the only people who have rated this are like Japanese people.
Japanese, yeah. So none of us have seen
I
it.
can tell you there are probably plenty of people in the US
Well,
that have watched it somehow,
Probably
like pirated,
pirated,
or something.
yeah, something like
And
that.
Yeah.
yeah, there's definitely
We have
a
not
lot
seen
of
it.
people
We're
that-
all probably gonna see it sometime around April 23rd
Yeah, we'll probably
because that's
find
the
a
date that it.
time
Yeah,
to meet
that's
up
the
for it or
date that it
something.
releases here in the U.S.
officially, yeah.
Officially. From what I've heard though, it's sounding like a 10 out of 10 because the only thing I've heard about it is only good things and how UFO Table every scene just one ups the last one. Like
you-
with how good it is.
You know how like good the like plot and everything is gonna be because you read the
Yeah,
manga.
also this like I feel like this is like where it like really solidifies. Like, you kind of chilled out with the training arc at the end of the season and then Mugen Train just hits you. You're like, "Oh, action, let's go."
Yeah.
I'm really hyped for
So,
the action.
Yeah, I'm hyped
Yeah.
to see it animated. So
I hope it stands up to
also
where it is.
Rengoku's one of my favorite pillar.
Your favorite
Of
pillar?
the demon
Is
core.
that
Yeah,
like-
the pillars of the
Hashira.
demon pillars. You know,
Okay,
yeah, the Hishira.
Just sounds weird out
Yeah,
of context.
he's like my
He's
favorite,
my
one.
favorite
He
pillar.
also has some really like inspirational quotes and stuff too, which are actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm hyped
Yeah.
for this.
Blaze
So that's
with
all we
fire.
really need to say.
I'm just
So,
kidding.
we
that's
haven't
a
seen
quote.
it, so we don't actually have rankings for
He's
it.
my favorite Greek pillar.
Yeah.
Your Doric, your Iconic, your whatever, Corinthian, and your Rengoku.
Yeah.
No, you joke, but I actually knew like all the like different types of pillars that I was little.
Yeah.
This man's a pillar pro.
Anyways, so moving on, since we don't actually have a ranking for that yet. Number 40 is the original season of the stupid Mushishi thing.
Yeah, we can go past that.
Yeah,
We just
we're gonna
saw one
skip this because we haven't
episode.
watched it. 41 is the first season of Code Geass. I know you guys have watched it.
Well, yeah,
At least
I've seen all of
somewhat,
it.
yeah.
Like I said before, pretty much the same thing except with the second season. The ending of this season is really good. Not as good as like the second, not as good the overall ending, but a lot of big plot twists and the ending final scene is amazing. There's like a very controversial part that like a lot of people turns a lot of people off, which I guess explains why it's ranked 41. I personally think it should be like ranked like top 20 at least. But yeah, it's really solid. You gave it a 10.
Yeah. Anyways,
So,
Next one is
42 is
Princess
Princess Mononoke.
another
Mononoke.
popular
I haven't
Studio
seen
Ghibli
this
movie
one.
that none of us have
Yeah.
seen, so we can't really.
I haven't
skip
seen
it.
Yeah.
43 is Vinland Saga. I haven't watched it, but it sounds really good.
Which I
so.
have watched, and I will say it is really good. So going into it, it came out in 2019, and it was definitely overshadowed by Demon Slayer. I will say that. I will say that it is at least as good as Demon Slayer. Maybe
I
not
think,
quality. It still has amazing quality. It's by Wit Studio, the people who made the original Attack on Titan. And there are some amazing fights, and I really like the animation style. It's a solid 24 episodes, so you're gonna get a nice binge into it. And even though I think it lacks somewhere in the middle, it kind of like slows down in pacing. Most of it is like really entertaining and just awesome. Like it's really unique. It's freaking Vikings. You don't see that in a lot of. I can't think of another Viking anime, so you know.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Super unique.
Just like I can't think of another pirate anime.
Yeah, exactly. Like pirates, Vikings, like those are super unique concepts.
Yeah.
And they're really popular concepts too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
is
it deserves where it is. I gave it a 9 actually.
Nice.
It's definitely a must watch for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I think
watch
another
this
reason
sometime,
why
yeah.
it's not another reason why I got overshadowed a little bit is just because like it's on Amazon Prime Video,
Definitely.
so it's kind of
Yeah,
inaccessible.
Demon Slayer was on Netflix, right, when it first released?
No,
Was it?
actually,
I
it
think
just
so.
came on Netflix about a month
Oh,
ago.
it just did? Wow. I thought it was.
But Crunchyroll
already
is still a super
dang.
popular platform. It
Yeah,
was on
Crunchyroll,
Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, Vinland Saga's only it's a Prime exclusive, and I have no idea when a second season is coming out. But it needs to come out with a second season because it was amazing. And honestly, if they're working on it now, it's got to be really good. Because this entire first season is technically prologue. Like there's these 24 episodes are prologue, which is really cool. There's like a lot of time skips, and it's like the whole life of this character.
I'm pretty sure there's also like one of the like sign-in, like there's a big 3 like sign-in manga that are like super popular, like Berserk, Vagabond, and this.
Yeah, I have not read the manga. I might read it at some point soon, because it was very enjoyable. But we'll see. Might just be like, hey, let's check this out, and then I suddenly binge it.
Yeah.
All right.
That-
Well,
yeah,
anyway,
that's my
moving on. The next two, none of us have seen, I'm assuming.
I've
so
seen
40
a little bit of. I've read a little bit of Great Teacher Onizuka, and it,
Yeah.
just because I heard it was
44,
really good.
yeah.
But it
44 is
seems
Great Teacher Onizuka.
Yep.
45
I
is
don't really know what
more
to
Mushishi. Number 46
it's pretty
though.
highly
I don't know
rated.
if Jacob's seen it. I know Nick has because we've talked about
Wait,
it. But
I
Is
haven't.
this a movie?
number 46. Oh wait, yeah. This is the movie.
yeah, I haven't seen the movie.
I actually haven't seen the movie. I thought this was the show. I didn't see
Okay.
that it said movie.
Yeah.
So 46 is actually the Bunny Girl Senpai movie. I think it's Rasco's Not Dream of a Dreaming Girl. So none of us have seen that. Number 47 is Natsume's Book of Friends season 4. I'm assuming none of us have seen it.
Nope.
Mhm.
No, sir.
So 48 is Hajime no Ippo New Challenger. I'm assuming it's the second season, right?
Yeah,
Or something?
I have not seen that. First season's like 90
Okay.
episodes. I'll get to it though.
Oh.
I will definitely get to it at some point.
Yeah. 49 is Howl's the Moving Castle, right? Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. It's another Studio Ghibli.
Yes.
I haven't seen this
I
one.
don't remember
What?
that much about it, so I can't say too much. But what I will say is that I did really enjoy it. I like as a kid, I remember enjoying this one more than Spirited
Yeah.
Away. And it
Yeah.
has a really weird plot. I do remember some of the plot.
Yeah, I've heard that has a
really
interesting plot,
wacky,
yeah.
all over the place, like with
Mhm.
magic and shit. But I gotta
I
watch it
think
again.
I saw it. I think I saw it when I was like really little, so I don't really remember anything
It's a
about
very
it.
popular studio
Mhm.
movie. Ghibli
Yeah, it's a
one.
very
definitely go back and
very
see it.
popular studio movie.
A studio Ghibli. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
think-
none of us though have really seen it recently to be able to,
Yeah.
I guess, fairly talk about it.
Number 50
So I guess
is
50 is
Ashita
Ashita no Joe.
Yeah.
Another
so
boxing anime.
Another
This is,
boxing
Rocky
anime, which
Joe,
I didn't know
yeah.
about, but hey, maybe that one's good.
That's
Uh,
the top 50. I don't know.
That
Do
was
you guys want to just look
1980.
at?
Damn. I mean, listen.
Let's
If
keep
I
going.
like if I
Dang,
like
it was
no Ippo,
1980. Wow.
yeah, that's really old.
That's actually really old. Wow.
Man, that's old.
Yeah,
It might
dang.
it might look just as good. Maybe what's that bad anime that came out recently? Maybe X-Arm actually has better animation than this. Maybe, just
No,
maybe.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. Okay.
Jacob, I hate to break
you-
it to you, but I would say the first anime that ever is considered anime had better animation than X.
Okay. Also, the fact that it's hand-drawn animation helps. And another thing why I know why it's not, Ashita no Joe came out like 2 years before Yu Hakusho, and Yu Hakusho is really good animation. Like,
Okay,
I've
but
seen-
but you can't. I mean, you can't say just because another anime around that time came out it has good animation.
I know, but like,
It's
I'm
also
just
not the same.
giving it the
same
benefit of the
studio.
doubt.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
assuming
like, X-Arm is just so unbelievably bad.
It's
I think
Yeah.
I think hand-drawn is gonna be better than this.
I was just
Yeah.
meaning X-Arm is
Better.
garbage.
yeah. So that's actually the top 50 on MyAnimeList. Not mine specifically, but the website. All right, so we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna go look at top
Let's
100.
see the next 50, and then we'll go to
Yeah,
the
so
spot.
continuing. So number 51 is part 2 of ReZero Season 2. I actually have not finished this yet. Though I've mentioned before, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast. I think I have. I actually have so far enjoyed Season 1 of ReZero more than Season 2. I think Season 2 is still really good. But I just enjoyed Season 1 more.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a
Yeah.
huge fan of isekai, so I'd say other than ReZero, the slime isekai, and then what else? Whatever that new one, the one that Jacob's
Reincarnation.
watching. Yeah, reincarnation, whatever. Yeah.
Jobless
Other than those few,
Reincarnation.
I'm like, oh, and Shield Hero, that was another good one.
Yeah,
Other than those
it's-
few,
It's on my list.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
watch it at some point.
yeah, no, I'd say watch it. It's definitely good. Would I give it top 50? Would I give it top 100? Yes. Would I give it 51? Probably not.
Okay.
So.
Next one is an anime that Jacob and I both started, Gurren Lagann.
Yeah, we just saw
Um,
one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks interesting. Looks really good.
Yeah, we both have
and-
different takes. He thinks it looks good. I was not very impressed. I think it's I don't think I'm gonna go back to it.
I've heard that it's a
It's
good
just the
show,
truth.
but I don't know. I don't.
That
intend
girl
to
is
watch it
13,
soon, so-
bro. Just say it. There's a girl with like a bra fan service. She's like 13.
What the heck?
13.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
weird.
just not okay.
That's cap, bro.
Get that out of here.
Stay out
No,
of that,
thank
brother.
you.
I mean, I just want to go back to it because I heard it's really good, and
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
wacky plot, everything seems cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But,
Anyways, so
next
moving
thing.
on. 53
Violet
is the
Evergarden
fi-
movie.
yeah. Have you seen that one, Nick?
I haven't. No.
Okay. I haven't either.
There's a lot of movies, anime movies I haven't seen because like I don't know where to find
Yeah, I don't
them,
watch
so.
a lot of
yeah.
anime movies. Not gonna lie.
Next thing
Yeah.
is an
So
anime.
next
none of
one
us have
is
seen.
Natsume's Book of Friends season 6. None
Book
of
of
us have seen it.
Friends. What the?
Suzu-
Uh,
Haruhi Suzumiya is
That's the
55.
disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. I haven't seen it. I watched the original Haruhi stuff.
I don't
this
think
is the
any of us
movie,
have
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen it.
I don't think anyone else
Um,
has seen 55, 56.
What is
57 is
56? 56, yeah, I haven't seen Wolf Children.
Wolf
yeah.
children.
That's what
I don't
Sounds-
that's
think we
56 is Wolf Children. So 57, I know Nick's seen this. Violet Evergarden.
57 is Violet Evergarden. Um, Violet Evergarden is like one of the saddest anime I've seen. It's so good. It's animated by KyoAni, so it's got really good animation. Like it holds up really well.
Dude,
It's
looks
only
KyoAni.
a few years
clean.
ago, so
Yeah, it looks clean. KyoAni also did Dragon Maid, and Dragon Maid was really enjoyable. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
It Violet Evergarden is so good.
Mhm.
Definitely recommend it if you want to feel really sad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or happy.
Yeah,
You
I
wanna
think it's a
cry.
little slow paced, but I might try to get back onto it. I watched 3 episodes of it, and
I watched one episode, I think.
it's on hold
I-
for me.
Yeah,
I
something
think like
that.
top 100 is very fair. For
Yeah,
it.
from what I've heard and what I've seen, I would give it top 100.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, anyways, 58 is the original Promised Neverland series.
no
Season one.
Neverlando.
Okay, this is Promised Neverland before it goes bad,
This
so
is
it's really
peak-
good.
Peak
This is
Neverland.
peak Neverland.
Let's go. I gave it a 9 out of 10 because I think
Same.
it's awesome. It's very similar to Death Note. If you love Death Note, check this out. It's got the same type of high IQ drama and shit. It's just a different setting. A little more fictional, but
Although,
it's awesome.
if you're gonna watch this though, and if you're planning on watching this, don't watch season 2 at all. Don't watch any episodes of that.
Yes, there's only
Just
one
don't-
season.
Just don't watch the show.
There's only one
There's
season
only
of
one
this
season.
anime of The Promised Neverland. If you hear of a season 2, it's fake. It does not exist.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It
Because it's so
definitely doesn't.
garbage.
Don't
It's so
listen to
garbage.
anybody.
Please don't. You will be
If
left
there is
perfectly
actually one,
at
it's
the end of
just
season
so
1.
atrociously bad that
Just pretend it ends all happy at season 1 or whatever you want, and yeah.
Just make up your own theory of how it ends.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
It'll probably be
seriously,
better
though,
than what the
like
show
it's
is.
really
Your
not
fan-
worth continuing.
Your
It
fan
just
theory is
dropped
probably
off.
gonna be better than season 2.
Yeah, it has a big drop off. Definitely not worth continuing. But the first season is amazing. Please go see the first season only.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
58 is pretty good rating. For
yeah. 59 I've been wanting to watch for a while. Ping Pong the
Oh, Ping Pong, the
animation. It
animation.
has so weird, like nasty looking animation, but I really
I
want to see
tried
it
to
in it.
watch it and I could not, dude. I was just so disgusted by the way it looked. I was like, appreciate the amount of work and the effort and time they put into it, but I cannot look at this without wanting to just claw my eyes out.
Yeah, I think it just has really smooth animation. It looks really unique.
Yeah, it is pretty smooth, yeah.
So it looks kind of
But-
epic. I'm gonna pick that up at some point.
hmm
Yeah.
So that's
I don't
my
know.
thoughts.
I'll probably watch it at some point, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm exaggerating. It doesn't look that bad. but
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
unique.
it's just unique, yeah.
Oh, dude, and the next one we were just
Number
talking
60,
kind of about it.
Death Note.
Death
I haven't
Note.
seen it yet.
Yeah,
the rated
you
still
suck.
similar
We're-
to Promised Neverland.
Everybody who's hearing this, roast Ethan in the comments that he
No,
hasn't
don't
seen Death
roast
Note,
me
which is one of the
because-
most popular
don't-
anime of all time.
because you haven't wa-
Actually, okay.
No,
if
no,
you
you
click-
don't get the.
If
no.
you
It's
look at the
literally the
details
most
for
popular
Death
anime of all
Note,
time.
it is #1 in popularity, which means like people that have added this to their list on their account. So this is the most like added anime on MyAnimeList, which is the most popular anime site for this stuff.
Mhm.
Hmm.
My man.
You can't roast me
Watch.
because you're like, oh, you haven't watched this, and yet neither of you have watched Your Name, which is one of the most popular movies
Okay,
in the world.
I kind of agree, but Death Note is like one of the first anime like so many people see.
Hmm.
So
All right,
check
Yeah.
that
I think-
shit out.
I've
60
watched
is a
3
pretty-
episodes of it.
Number 60 is a pretty fair ranking for it, I think.
Yeah, because the
Um,
first half is like god tier, and if it kept how good it was there, it would be a 10 out of 10. It drops off kind of a bit in the second half, but it still has a good ending. So overall, I gave it a 9.
Yeah, I think that's a good placement for it. All the way,
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
little
pretty
bit, I'm a little bit annoyed because I think there's like a bunch of anime that could be a bit higher than it on this list.
Yeah.
I think that Death Note, actually, I kind of think it should be higher. I think it should be top 50 at least. But it's just personal preference. I've watched it. It's the anime I've watched the most, actually. I've watched Death Note 3 times. I really like it.
Yeah,
Nice.
for me, I think that's like JoJo or something.
For me,
Or
it's
something.
I'm not even
Full
embarrassed
Metal.
about it.
Yeah,
It's-
JoJo is
I've
super
watched Love-
watchable.
I've
I'm actually
rewatched
surprised
the
we
Love
haven't
Live
seen a
stuff more
JoJo
than
yet. That's
anything.
sad. Not even part 5.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be one coming up soon.
Um,
Yeah. They'll come up soon.
Yeah.
We'll see it within this list.
eventually. Anyway, so moving on. 61 is one we
Mushishi.
haven't seen. Mushishi.
Yeah.
62, however, I
Is one
think
that we
should
talked
definitely
about-
be higher. Same with 63.
62 is something we've talked about countless times in this podcast.
Classic.
We talk about it every
Jujutsu
week.
Kaisen.
Yo.
62 is Jujutsu Kaisen. I think you all, if you've watched or listened to any of our other episodes, you know our opinions on it.
This
I'm
is
sure-
this podcast's favorite anime.
Okay,
It's not my
of all
favorite
time,
overall, but it is definitely in my
Listen.
top 5.
Dude, I keep expecting it to drop off or just drop off in some way,
Yeah.
whether it's quality or plot, and like it's
And it
been
doesn't.
keeping me extremely engaged the entire
Yeah.
time. And so
Yeah.
I have to give it a 9. And like people may be saying like, oh, it's a new popular anime, so it can't be that good. It's
It
just
can't be that
overrated.
good. It's pretty
I don't
good.
think it's overrated.
I don't.
I
Yeah,
think
I don't think
it's-
it's overrated. at
It's
all.
not like another case like Demon Slayer where it's just carried by animation.
Ooh,
Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I love Demon Slayer. Love the characters. Love the show. You know, like it's one of my favorites. But it is kind of carried by the animation and music.
Yeah.
The plot, okay, the plot like up until like a little bit after the Mugen Train arc is pretty good, but
I still think Jujutsu's just kind of
yeah.
a better.
I think
shonen because
Jujutsu
it's
is better.
got more
overall.
action. I like the characters a little bit more. Got
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
a lot of
Jujutsu
fights and-
is kind of carried by its animation a little bit, but like
yeah, like okay,
it's
Jujutsu
still
without
got like
its
a very
animation.
way more solid plot than Demon Slayer.
Jujutsu without its animation
Yeah, I will
would
say-
not be like
yeah.
as good, but also like it's kind of a mix, right? Like this is the perfect anime to have like god tier animations put so much effort into just
It
because there's a
is.
lot of fights and it's
Mhm.
literally maximizing 1,000,000,000% its adaptation value. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I can't think of any ways you can make this freaking better.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
it's the best
I
animation
would-
I've ever seen in a show.
I would definitely put this in top 10 easily. It's in
That's
my top
kind of high.
5 overall, but
I would say top 30 maybe. Like for me, I think of anime even that I haven't seen and kind of thinking of what people say about it, you know.
I guess yeah. I guess
Um,
if I include ones that I haven't seen, then I'd probably say, you know, top 20, top 30. Yeah.
like Code Geass, like I know it's super high
mhm.
ranked and so I'd
Yeah.
probably rank it higher.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Out of the ones I've seen, it's definitely top 5, top 10 for me. But
Uh,
overall, including ones I haven't seen, yeah, 20, 30 probably, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
this is a pretty fair ranking, and this is another case just like one of the other anime I was talking about, where I think the rating is a little bit high actually for what it is, even though I gave it a higher than average rating.
Mhm.
Lol.
So yeah,
So basically you're capping. It
Yeah.
is better than it should be.
Nice.
Or it's
Wow.
it should be higher. You're capping to
It's
yourself.
because, like,
You're lying to
It's
yourself.
the second time he's done
It-
it. He rated it higher.
it's just such a crazy like hype show, but like at its core, it is kind of generic, and I think it's kind of lacking in the plot compared to other potential anime I haven't seen and other stuff I,
I
haven't
mean,
seen. So.
it may be like not the most hype thing in the plot, but just as an anime, dude, it's like one of the most enjoyable things ever. You know,
Yeah, true.
just the god tier fighting and like,
Yeah.
it's kept me engaged the entire time. The most like
Yeah.
boring episodes were like for me probably the first few. Like the first episode, I was like, you know, could this be good or bad? And even by the end of that episode, I was like, okay, gotta keep watching.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
alrighty. Yeah. I've liked the whole thing so far. Even some of like the slow bits weren't even really that slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
which is nice.
we've talked about it.
But
billion times.
moving on, yeah. So moving on, 63 is Demon Slayer.
That's kind of funny
Um,
because we compare them a lot because they're both like
Yeah.
really popular and have really
So,
good animation, and they're like
personally,
the
so,
same
okay.
exact rank of 8.61.
So personally, Demon Slayer is one of my favorites just because like it was one of the first, I guess, one of the first ones that I sat down and watched as it came out. Which, you know, there's only like 2 or 3 others that I had done that before with. And so
Yeah.
like I kind of, you know, got like attached to it just cuz I was like I kept waiting.
Mhm.
And whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
But oh,
Oh, we'll
Hello?
cut out for a second.
we good?
Oh
Oh,
wow,
yeah.
it's 12 already. Okay, we're cut out right now, but
okay.
I wasn't able to do any of the workouts today because, God, I
Oh.
was so busy.
I did them
Yeah.
earlier. I had nothing.
I was so busy today. I was really busy the entire day.
Okay. gonna cut back in.
All right, so where did I cut out? Where
You
did
were
I cut out?
talking about. Can you just start over with Demon Slayer because your camera was frozen? Hold on, really quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna write down the
Yeah.
time, and you can start whenever.
All right.
Just start Demon Slayer.
Yeah. All right, so Demon Slayer, number 63. So personally, so I'm attached to Demon Slayer specifically because it was one of the first that I actually sat down and watched as it came out.
Yeah.
And so I got attached to it because I kept, waiting. I was like, all right, yeah, let's go. And it's one of the few that I've actually read the manga for. And so like I'm attached to it, and I will admit, like I mentioned earlier, when we were talking about Jujutsu 2 seconds ago, I do think Demon Slayer is carried by the animation and, I guess the music as well. At least the anime. The manga is, another question. But anime-wise, it is carried by those things. But I do think it's still really good, and I would rate it higher. I'd probably give it like somewhere in the 50s, so not too much higher than where it is. But I do think it is pretty good up until a little bit after the Mugen Train arc, which is where the movie is. I do think it's definitely top 100. But I don't know if I'd really give it anything higher than 50. As much as I do love it, so.
Yeah. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it's.
Yeah, that's what I have it as. Yeah.
I think it's slightly overrated, but it has its epic moments, and it's one of those anime where, although I don't it's not my favorite, I still really enjoyed it, and I do recommend it to people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always recommending.
It's a very
it
good
to
beginner
people.
anime. I rated it like an
It's
8.
enjoyable, yeah.
Same.
I will admit,
don't know.
it does get dark at some points. Like, not in the anime,
Yeah.
but in the manga, if they do ever animate it, it does get a little dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, season 2's coming out later this year, right?
Late- Sometime. I don't think we have an exact date yet, but
Yeah.
sometime.
I think I'd put it like just above top 100. I don't think I'd be in top 100 personally. But it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is that it for that?
Yep.
Okay.
64 is Kizumono
Haven't
Gatari
seen-
2. None of us have seen it. 65 is the entirety, or I guess it's
The
probably
first
just
part
the
of
first
season
part
Part
of
one.
yeah of
Part one of
of
Attack on Titan
Attack on
Which
Titan
was the
season
one
3.
where they have the blonde Annie and Aaron, and there's the whole conflict. It's more political and stuff.
Mhm.
It's the one of the less action parts. The opening is amazing though, Red Swan, and it has the epic Levi moment. If you've never seen the GIF or the clip where Levi's
Oh, with
swinging through
Kenny?
town, it's
Yeah.
like one of the best animated scenes in the show. It's so cool.
Yeah. I don't remember much of like what happens in the season beyond like the whole Kenny fight.
Yeah. Same,
But yeah.
honestly.
I
Mhm.
put it like an 8. It's really solid. Definitely deserves top 100, maybe even top 50.
I gave it an 8,
I don't
and I
know,
agree
okay.
with what you said.
What did I give it? So I gave it an 8. It's marked as a 9, but I meant to change that a while ago. I remember. So I would give this an 8 too. I do think it was good. I enjoyed part 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if I'd give it top 50, but it was definitely
Definitely
good.
top
I'd give it
100 for me.
top 100. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's that. It's good. 66. Showa
66.
Genroku. Yeah, it's just some.
None of us have
So,
seen
okay,
this.
Don't even know what that is.
67
67.
is the Tatami Galaxy. I'm assuming none of us have seen it.
No, we've not.
68
68 is
Camp
Laid Back
Season
Camp
2.
Season 2. One of the most wholesome anime I've actually ever seen. It's just so
you've seen
chill.
it?
Yeah, it's airing now.
Have you? Are you caught up? you
I think
watching it?
I'm behind 2 episodes, I think.
I've seen
something.
I've seen
I
a
don't
lot
know
of clips
how
of it
it is.
actually, and I've seen the
I think
opening.
am I behind?
I almost
it?
got into
Wait.
it because I just wanted.
Yeah,
It
same
looks
here,
so
yeah.
unique, like very chill, and I was like, maybe
Yeah.
maybe I might give it a shot. So maybe it's.
I'm actually a lot farther behind. I've only watched 3 episodes of it. There's
Oh,
more.
well,
But no, the first season's actually pretty chill. It's basically about like just camping and chilling and eating food. So,
mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something just fun to watch.
There you go.
So,
What do you
something
think
to
about
chill
the
with.
placement of the Wicked?
I mean,
I mean,
would
you
I
haven't
give
seen
it
much of
top
it, but-
100? like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of slice of life. I like to chill and just, have a good time, whatever. Would I give it top 100? Maybe. Um, maybe in the 90s somewhere. I don't think I'd give it 68 though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Still
Okay.
a good show. Go
Yeah.
watch it.
So 69 is super popular. We all
Oh.
have seen this part 5 of JoJo. I think it should be way higher. I give it a 9. And man, I
Mhm.
think a lot of the JoJo should be higher because I'm not seeing any of them, and I think that a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah,
of them are
stuff
top
is
50. They're
JoJo's,
on the
yeah.
like
Okay,
top 10 on my list.
I gave
think
this a
all-
9 too. I would definitely put it higher, probably top 50.
Yeah, I would personally give this like
So-
top 25, and then like most
I
of
don't know if I'd
JoJo
give
within
it
top
top
100.
Same.
I think
Yeah.
JoJo's like pretty underrated on my anime list.
Yeah, I don't know what it
It's-
is.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It's
There's,
one
like,
of those things that you just think it's so weird, and then you watch it and it is weird, but you get hooked to it, and then you get like a
people talk about
Well-
it so much, and yet
Yeah, JoJo's
the
become
only-
so popular so
it
recently.
has
the
such a
only
vibrant
JoJo's-
culture.
the only one of any of the parts that's in top 100 is part 5.
That is sad. That is sad.
That's actually
Yeah.
surprising.
I mean, it is the best anime part in my opinion, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, what can you do? Anyway, let's keep
Yeah.
going. We're about
70 is
Almost
Fate's
there.
Day Night Movie 2. Nick, do you say you
Uh,
saw this?
oh no, I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. So 71 is Fate Zero second season.
Have you seen Fate, Ethan?
You see it? I haven't seen any of the Fates. I do want to watch it though, because it's animated by Ufotable, which is one of my favorite
Yeah, I mean,
studios. So
yeah. I know Nick has seen it too. I like it a lot. I think it's still in your top 10, right? It's in my top 10 still. Like I think at 10 or 9.
yeah,
I
Yeah,
give it
it
a
is.
9 out of 10. I highly enjoy the show.
yeah.
I enjoyed season 1 just as much as season 2 though. I think that they're
Yeah.
both really good. And it's
I
really
think-
complicated, but it has really epic moments and it's got
Yeah.
animation. It's good.
I think I gave them like about the same rating on MyAnimeList, but I like the second season a little bit more, especially all the scenes with Kirei, oh not Kirei, the main character Kritsugu, and like there's like so many epic moments and fights and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like psychological stuff happening. So
Mhm.
I think it's definitely deserves its rank, if not higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
70
72 is Hajime no Ippo Rising.
I'll
I'm
watch that
assuming
at
it's like a
some
third
point.
season or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of episodes.
73 is crap. What is this?
Eat my
I want
pancreas
to
or
eat
something.
your
I want
like
to
that.
eat your pancreas. Okay, I haven't watched it. I've heard it's really sad. Though.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah,
But
I've
I
I've
don't
heard
know.
it's
Oh, that's
really
the
good
movie.
and really sad.
Yeah.
Um,
Same.
Oh, I thought
I'll
it was
watch
a
it at some
show.
point.
Apparently, it's a movie.
No, it's a
Yeah,
movie.
it's a
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I heard really good
Um,
things about it. So I'm not surprised. It's like high up.
So 74 is Natsume Book of Friends 5.
Season 5. Damn. Whatever
75
the
is
show
Natsume's Book of Friends 3.
They're both right next to each
Um,
other.
76 is Bakuman 3rd season.
A quick thing I will say about Bakuman is I watched the first episode actually a few weeks ago. It didn't hook me enough though to keep watching, but I did hear it's a really good series, and I know the manga's super popular. I've
Yeah.
seen while looking for manga like box sets, I've seen the Bakuman manga set a bunch because it's about like a
Yeah.
guy who wants to become a manga artist, so it's kind of funny,
Yeah.
kind of ironic.
Mhm.
Anyway, but yeah,
I know almost nothing about it except for the fact that it's made by the same guys who made Death Note.
Nice.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Death Note's better in my opinion. From the first
Like,
episode.
yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I
Death
don't know.
Note's
I-
better.
don't
Just is.
Look, dude,
Um,
77.
Anyway, so 77 is
Mushishi.
more Mushishi. Wow.
Dude.
Why is
Some of
Uh,
these get
78
carried because
really
there's so
good.
many like
Uh,
anime.
Yeah, why is there
lists.
so many different Mushishis in top 100? What the
And
heck? There's
Gintama.
like
Mushi and
only
Gintama
one
both-
JoJo's.
Like,
Mushishi and
they
Gintama are both,
clog
like,
up
really
the top
highly rated.
100 spots, man. Like, come on.
Yeah. So number 78
Okay,
is the second
now that-
Gurren Lagann movie.
Now I think about it, the reason why I gave something like a higher rating than the reason why I gave something a high rating, but I think it should be lower, is because there's a lot of anime I think should be like above that. Even though I do think it deserves the rating
I
Yeah.
guess.
it has.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so 78 is the second Gurren Lagann movie. None of us have seen it. 79 is the second season of Natsume's Book of Friends.
No way.
Number
That must
80
be
is
good.
One Punch Man. I know we've all seen this.
Yes.
Season one.
I think it deserves where it is probably. Maybe
yeah,
actually
I'd put it where it
maybe a
is.
little
I-
lower. I don't know.
I'd
like
probably
think
give
it's
it
a pretty
about
fair
an
spot.
80.
maybe top
yeah.
100 or something.
I'd give it
I think-
about 80.
Yeah, 80s is a pretty fair spot.
Yeah, not much to say about it. It just has like really good action, nothing crazy with the plot, amazing animation.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great beginner anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd put it right where it is. Anyways, so 81 is A Place Further in the Universe. So,
Nope.
have either of you seen this?
No.
No.
Okay, so I haven't actually seen it either, but my brother has talked about it nonstop since he watched it, and from what I've heard, it's kind of like laid back camp, I think. It seems very
it
chill
does look
and
similar,
like
even though I haven't seen it.
yeah, it looks pretty chill. Apparently, they go to like Antarctica or something, and it's like
What the
camping in
fudge?
the Arctic. Or
Bunch
something.
of
I don't know,
lollies in
something like
Antarctica?
that. I might be thinking of something else. I don't know, but whatever it is, and essentially, yeah, it just seems pretty chill and something like that. So I'll watch it
Yeah.
at some point. But that's all I have.
Okay.
82 is Haikyuu to the top second season.
I don't think any of us have
Uh,
seen that.
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah.
I watched like a little bit of the 1st
Mhm.
season.
A
and
lot of
it's kinda
haikus, boy.
on hold.
Nice. So the next one, number 85, no, 83 is The Garden of
Garden of
Sinners
Sinners.
chapter 5.
Oh yeah, I've
None
heard
of
Garden
us
of
have seen
Sinners
this,
is a
I'm
good
pretty sure.
series, but I remember
Yeah.
watching like
This
one
looks
of
like
the
the movie.
15-minute
It says it's a
episodes,
movie.
and like,
Uh,
Yeah.
it seems really complicated and niche.
yeah.
Next one.
Next one is
84,
Hollow Graffiti. It looks
like an
I don't
idol
know.
show.
Idol show, Pog.
What the heck even is this? Hold on, wait. Oh wait, it's about
Like a
Hollow Live.
VTubers.
Poggers. Wait, it's about Hollow Live.
It's about
Wait
Hollow
a second.
Live,
This
apparently.
anime is about Hollow Live.
It's
Let's
about
go.
Hollow Live.
It has
An
that
anime-
Japanese one.
Wait, it's got Korone and Picora in it.
Yeah, the main
What
Yeah,
character,
it does,
Korone.
yeah.
She's the like meme
Yeah, the
Japanese
dog.
VTuber that says like
Yeah.
"Fuck
Hey.
you," or
Thank you.
something.
I'm die forever.
Dang,
Anyways,
that's ranked really high. I wouldn't expect the
Yeah,
whole like,
I've
animated
never heard
That
of
version.
seems kind of inflated for
And then again,
what it is,
yeah.
but you
I
know,
mean,
we'll just
none of us are really big into VTubers,
We'll
so
just,
I guess it
go
makes
past
sense
that one and
yeah.
give it a
Yeah,
question mark.
So 85 is the remake of Fruits Basket. This is the second season, technically.
I've heard it's
Um,
way better. I've heard it's kind of like
I've
a
heard
Full
it's
Metal
way better.
situation where it's like
Yeah.
the second, like they remake it, and the
Yeah.
newer one is better because it like follows
Mhm.
the manga.
Am I gonna watch it? Probably not, because it's a shoujo and it's aimed at like young girls, and it honestly doesn't look too interesting to me.
Not gonna lie, I might check it out at some point just because I
Yeah.
remember watching a lot with my sister before I knew what
Like,
anime was.
I might
Like,
watch
I
it just
wanna-
for the sake of watching it, but it's not one that I'd want really to
I
like.
kind of want to check
I
it
guess.
out.
I feel like I would watch it eventually just to see what it's about. There's like
Yeah.
a lot of anime I just like want to watch just so I know. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's popular.
Yeah, because they're popular. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. 86 is Gintama, the semifinal. None of us have watched
the
it.
semifinal.
87 is whatever the heck, Ghost in the Shell standalone
Oh.
complex second gig. I'm assuming none of us have watched
What
it.
the heck? That sounds really
No.
complicated.
Ghost of the Shell though is really popular, but
Yeah, I've heard
none of us
about
have
that.
watched it. So the next one is Assassination Classroom second season. I don't think either or any of us have watched it, right?
Nah, I dropped season
I think
1.
Keon has, but
He said it was pretty good, but like
yeah.
the characters weren't that developed.
Um,
And yeah, I watched about
yeah.
7 or 8 episodes. It was kind of mediocre to me. I think it's a little overrated, but
Yeah.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
all of it, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah. From what I know about it, seems kind of high because I know there's anime below it that I think should be
Yeah.
above it. So
Yeah.
Anyways, so 90 is another Gintama that I'm assuming no one's watched.
Oh yeah,
'cause we already
89
passed
is
the
all,
first
oh, yeah,
season.
89 also is like
Yeah.
some random ass one.
Oh yeah, 89.
So
I
that's
skipped
where
it.
the-
It's Aria
yeah.
the Organ or Origination. None of us have seen it.
Origination. What a weird name.
91 is Slam Dunk. Nick, you said you were reading the manga, but I'm assuming you haven't watched the anime.
yeah, I haven't really watched the anime, but
Mhm.
from what I've read of the manga, it seems really good. And
Yeah.
I could
It's
definitely-
old though.
Yeah,
It is
I-
old.
true.
93 is when it aired.
90 October of 1993. Wow.
Around the same time. Oh, it's Toei also. So
Oh, Toei Animation Pog.
Yeah.
Kind of Pog.
Yeah.
Cap.
So 92, I guess. Just
I think
moving
I think
on.
Slam Dunk
Or
would,
Slam
I
Dunk.
I could see why it would be that high because I
Mhm.
read Vagabond and like I can tell that it's really well written.
Yeah. But 92 is Neon Genesis Evangelion, the end of Evangelion.
Yeah, I still need to see
I don't think any
that.
of us have seen it. Yeah.
Nope.
93 is a
Tr-
93 is just absolute garbage,
Yeah, let's
horrible
skip
anime.
93.
Like
Oh,
should not
dang.
be top 100. It's actually
Okay.
93 is One Piece, more like trash piece.
No, this is higher than I remember. It used to be like
I'm actually joking.
115
I
or
haven't seen
something.
it.
Like it used to be like pretty low, but I think One Piece got more popular recently. So
Oh, really? Because of
More people
Wano.
Probably with the release of the 1000th chapter, I would assume.
And like
No.
just because a lot of Wano's getting animated.
I think that's
That's
yeah.
It's
I think
getting
a lot
to
of
the
it has
good
to do with-
parts in the anime of Wano basically right now.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least my reasoning and for it, and like probably a lot of people's reasoning was because of the lockdown and everything. So yeah, more
Yeah.
time.
yeah,
like,
no, I agree with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's funny.
I
did
know
it
a
right
lot of people who just
before.
got into One Piece this last year.
Isn't that the same reason you guys got into it though? Like you started watching
Actually,
it because you were like,
No, I got into it just because I was like, what the heck is One Piece? It sounds wacky. I have no idea what this is about. And then I just get into the rabbit hole, and people know what I mean if they've seen all of One Piece. You get into the rabbit hole. You have to get into the rabbit hole. There's 900 and something episodes. You have to binge that shit. And it sounds like a chore, but it's not a chore. Once you get like
it's funny because on MyAnimeList it says, so the way they do it is they say if it's TV or movie, and then in
Yeah.
parentheses they say how many episodes. Whereas One Piece just says TV episode.
Yeah, they only do that if it shows how many is.
Yeah, when it ends. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Kinda funny.
so I mean, it is a huge rabbit hole. Like between have seen One Piece and not have seen One Piece, it's like a world of difference. There's so much content in this series, and I would give it a top 30 just for that. Just because I feel like it's something you just have to see at some point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously the anime adaptation is lacking in like animation and pacing, but even still, I would still give it like top.
The plot
20.
and the characters and just like everything about it is still so good that even with bad pacing, you get
Li-
hooked to it.
literally everything except for the animation and pacing is perfect.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that.
Mhm.
Okay. So anyway, we both think it should be way higher.
So yeah, so the next one is Space Brothers.
I've heard of it.
assuming
99
none of us
episodes.
have
Holy
watched
crap.
it. Yeah.
No,
Oh, longer than I thought. Dang.
yeah, what the fudge?
I heard it's really good.
Some random ass anime. Okay then.
Yeah. So the next one, 95, is the first Gintama movie.
Gintama Pod.
Again, every bit of Gintama ever is in top 100 apparently. 96 is Haikyuu. I'm assuming the original is beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
gave it
think
a
it's where it
9.
belongs.
I think it's like the worst of Haikyuu, except although I haven't really finished this current season, so I don't know. But yeah, I think it's the worst of Haikyuu. I did like the whole moment at the end. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was a really good moment at the end.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a cool introduction and everything. And
I don't have any
Mhm.
comments
I
on
think
it.
it's just like
Yeah, I don't have any comments on it. I haven't watched it.
stuff. The later stuff. Okay, this next one, 90.
So the next one is currently airing, right? I don't think
Yes.
it's finished.
It
Or-
is.
Um,
Horror
Wait, did
Mia.
it finish?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, so it's Horimiya. So I've told these guys. I feel like I've mentioned it on the pod
We've talked
too.
about this a decent
I
amount,
watched.
'cause it's
Okay, so I
weekly.
watched the first 2 episodes, and so far I'm still not hooked. I'll continue to watch it just because I want to give it a chance.
Okay.
But that's all I really have to say about it. So.
Yeah, so I kind of have. I'm not sure if I've talked about this last pod, but I'm kind of like mixed feelings about this because I really liked everything from like the first like 7 episodes, and then after that, just kind of like my rating for it went all over the place. It was like went up to a 9 at one point, but now it's down to like a 6. Just because like I feel like it's
Yeah.
kind of.
I feel like a lot of the relationship stuff in this anime, which is like one of the main focuses, gets kind of rushed at points. And
Yeah.
I kind of like the whole beginning dynamic that did not really last very long. So
Yeah.
it just kind of like went to places that I didn't want it to go to yet. And so I love the beginning. I was like, dang, I don't really watch a lot of these, and I really like it. And now it's just kind of like I'm not caught up right now, and I will catch up, but it's probably gonna be an 8 or a 7 at the end of the day.
I really like a lot of the characters in the show, except for like a few. And the weird thing is, I really like the main couple, but like the other couples, I really don't care about that much at all.
Yeah.
A lot of them can be annoying at times, and it's a rom-com, it says, but like the only comedy is between like the main couple, and there's not really much comedy elsewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could have more comedy, and yeah, not as rushed.
hmm
I don't think it deserves like top 100, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's fucking
Okay.
hmm
So
So number 98. I'm the only one that's seen this. I'm assuming.
yes.
I actually saw this when it came to American theaters because I was bored and had literally nothing to do,
Oh,
so I went and
cool.
saw it. So the first, if this had been one of the 2 seasons, number 98 is the Konosuba movie Legend of Crimson. Had it been one of the either of the 2 seasons, I would not have said that it deserved top 100. I think it would deserve like number 100 specifically because the movie was actually pretty funny and entertaining compared to
I
the
heard it was pretty
actual
good.
show. The animation is somehow better. And it was enjoyable to watch. It actually felt like something happened rather than just them all blowing things up for whatever reason. So
yeah.
I'd probably give it like number 100 at the highest.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty close to
But
that.
yeah.
Cool.
It was good though. It was fun. Just whatever. Just watch it. So
Yeah, I heard good things about it. I definitely need to see it sometime.
yeah.
And
Yeah, if it had been either the actual like show, I would not have given it 100 at all.
Yeah, the show is
100.
for sure overrated from what I've.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like it's funny at moments, but like honestly, like I mean, like I get it's supposed to make fun of isekai series, but I think
Yeah,
it's just like overused, kind of.
it is
Yeah.
use the same like comedy a lot of the time. It's just kind of
Yeah.
sometimes.
and I think that is the last one for this because
Yeah, that we know.
99
yeah.
and 100 we don't know. 99.
Yeah, number 99 is Chihaya Furu 3, and number 100 is Hotaru no Haka.
Yep.
Or Grave of the Fireflies, which is another Studio Ghibli.
And so if we want to, so before we end, we can take a quick look at some of the most popular ones. Just a quick look, just for a few minutes because we've been here for a while. Just check them out. And just from first look right now, Death Note, Attack on Titan, Full Metal, Sword Art, One, but like this all makes complete
Yeah.
sense.
Pretty much what
They're all kind of what you'd expect.
It's exactly
yeah.
what you'd expect. And
I'm surprised Full Metal is so high because no one ever really talks about it. So
well, it's just because it has a complete beginning and end. You know, there's not really much to discuss or theorize compared to Attack on Titan.
yeah, but even I guess Sword Art Online isn't finished either, and it's infamous. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really have much to say about these. Is there any ones you want to talk about?
Okay, so I'm surprised. So number 11 is No Game, No Life. So
Oh yeah, I'm
I
surprised
don't
it's
think
that
this. Yeah, I don't think this should be number 11. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fun to watch. You know, it was. Okay, so I really like the art style. It's really, unique. It's got a lot of color to it.
high.
And I do think some of the music is pretty good, but would I give it 11? Probably not. I'd probably put it somewhere closer to 50.
dang.
I would not put it this high.
I mean, it's just like
So-
popularity. It's not like an actual ranking.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that so many
Popularity.
people
Okay,
know about it.
popularity wise, I guess it kind of makes sense, but
I'm surprised it's that popular.
yeah, because I never. I mean, I guess I do see a lot of the memes of like season 2 win, but I never hear
Yeah.
about it. So
It's also one of like the first isekai that like a lot of people hear of too.
Yeah.
oh really? Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually didn't hear about it until like later.
Because
Same,
like most
that's
people,
what
when they hear about isekai, they typically hear like No Game No Life or ReZero or
Yeah.
like one of those.
Good
so-
Hero or Konosuba.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like one of the first things that comes to mind with Isekai, but like, I guess it's like an older one, so like maybe it was like really popular when it came out or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one called Mirai Nikki, which I really haven't heard that much
Future
about.
Diaries.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised.
Oh,
about
the
that.
Future
I'm
Diary.
su-
I've heard
Yeah,
that name
I'm
before.
surprised that one's that high, but I guess I can kind of understand it because like one of the main girls, from what I understand, is like hardcore yandere, like Gasai, is her name. She's like the yandere character that everyone knows. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, the character's definitely pretty popular, but I'm surprised about the anime because from what I've heard,
I heard the anime was pretty bad.
yeah, I heard the anime isn't great, and then I've heard much about it other than that, so
hmm
surprised
Let's
this high.
see.
What else?
I don't have much more to say.
Yeah, so most of these make sense, you
Oh,
know.
one thing I'm actually surprised about Blue Exorcist.
Wait, Blue Exorcist is number 25. It's a lot higher than I expected.
I stumbled upon that on Netflix one time, not knowing anything about
I
it.
think that's partially the reason why, because it's been on Netflix
Yeah,
for
probably.
so
Yeah,
long.
a lot of these, yeah.
And a lot of these are Netflix anime, like ones that you can
Wait.
find on Netflix. I think that's one of the reasons that number 27, which is Seven Deadly Sins, is up there, because that was also Netflix. That's how I found it. One of the first anime I tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was surprised that it's this because like I just stumbled upon it. It seems like a very obscure anime. Like
Okay.
even I've never even heard anyone talk about it. I've heard people talk about Seven Deadly Sins, but
One that I know
Never
Nick is not gonna like the placement of is Tokyo Ghoul Route A is number 43. Like, don't get me wrong, I know it's Tokyo Ghoul, and that's probably why it's up there, but
Yeah.
Is it overrated?
it's
It's
nowhere
Or
near as
over
good
that
as the
same-
actual the first season.
People probably
Yeah,
watch it then just because of Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's what I did. I watched it just because it was there, and I might as well.
yeah, I watched it because it was Tokyo Ghoul, but oh my god, I hated it.
Let's see.
Uh,
The last one I would comment on is I'm surprised 45 Another is as
Oh, yeah.
popular as it is, because I thought it was one of the
Yeah.
more niche ones, but it's like
Same.
it's top 50 like popularity wise, so that means a lot of people have seen it. I mean, I guess a lot of people who are like, hey, let's try watching a horror anime, that's like kind of what you go to. It's one of the more well-known horror ones, I guess. So that's
Yeah,
what I
there's not
did.
many horror anime. And this is the most popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's. I guess.
I'm noticing a
Yeah.
trend that like all the ones that we don't know are like pretty old ones, like kind of like
Yeah, just because we haven't grown up around it and just or never gave it a chance. But
I feel like they were like really popular at the time, and then like a lot of people come back to it because like it's
they hear good stuff about it. I agree.
yeah, but like now people don't really talk about it as much.
Yeah. So anyway, there is a pretty big difference between popularity and like rankings.
Mhm.
I'm also surprised about 50.
Oh,
Um,
Elfin. I actually heard about that when I first started anime, but actually just kind of one
Yeah.
of my friends said it was good.
Yeah, I actually never heard of it until like recently, like when I heard like some YouTubers talk about it. I heard Trash Taste talk about it a couple times too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really it looks really weird. But one of my friends who doesn't even watch anime said he watched it and he liked it. And so that can give you an idea of that it's pretty popular actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, because like the first time I saw it was like on my anime list one time. I was like scrolling through the list, saw it, and I was like, oh, that looks really
Yeah.
weird. Oh, it's also way older than I thought. 2004.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Mhm.
But I mean, hey, so that's the
Hey,
top
yeah.
50 popularity.
it.
I think we've covered a lot of stuff today. I think
Yeah.
are you guys ready to close up the shop?
Yeah.
Close the shop, baby?
Closing up shop. Yeah. So we talked about quite a bit here. You know, just
Yeah,
you know, we went over saw top anime both by just in general, and most popular. You know, some surprising, some not. You know, it is what it is. If you'd like to see what we rated things, check out our anime list. The links are in the description. If you're watching YouTube, if you're on Spotify, I'm sorry, I don't know if there's a way for us to put them on there.
Our
It's
YouTube link
totally-
is on the
Yeah.
Spotify description.
Yeah.
So you can check out our YouTube and then once
Yeah,
do
you can
that-
check out the YouTube. We got the links there.
Yeah,
And I'm
thanks-
sure there's
thanks
other
for
stuff you
listening.
can do. Yeah, thanks
Appreciate
for
it a
listening.
lot. Thanks for anybody who's
we
listening or
appreciate it.
watching to this point.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
If you've made it here, you get a high five and a cookie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can I have a cookie?
No, you can make your own cookies. Go do that. And these cookies are for the Spotify and YouTube listeners. Anyways, and if you're on YouTube, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe. You know, we appreciate it. Leave a comment.
If you're on
If
Spotify,
you want to.
follow us.
Yeah,
Yep.
do that. Follow us.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, we've got Twitter and everything in the YouTube description.
Twitter
Um, Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, we'll have the Spotify link if you want that as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of just going over anime list stuff.
Yeah, be sure to
Oh.
check anime list yourself if you haven't. It's a really
Yeah.
cool thing to just keep track of, what you've watched and what you want to
Mhm.
potentially watch in the future.
Yeah, you can make your own anime list. You know, do whatever.
It's
Yeah.
really easy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, next episode.
Yep. Have a great week, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
See you guys.
See ya.